presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
The Angels return home to the Big A after a successful 5-1 road trip. Tonight, they kick off a 10-game homestand with a 4-game set against the Tampa Bay Rays. Well, the Halos have played good baseball out on the road. Now it's time to play good baseball here at home from the Big A. It's the first of a 10-game homestand. The Tampa Bay Rays in town tonight, the first of 4. Hi, everybody. From inside the Big A, we welcome you back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubazon, Victor Rojas. So glad you could join us once again. Mentioned the success that the Angels had on that road trip, winning 5 of 6. A lot of it had to do with the pitching, but timely hitting from unsung heroes, if you will, especially with that Trout and Pujols.
Yeah, exactly right. They were fantastic. The other guys in the lineup came through. A lot of walks when you think about how many they had during that 6-game road trip. 30 total. The batting average, especially in Toronto, was very good. Bottom line is they pitched so well both in Toronto and Philadelphia to be able to win 5 of 6, and that's a tough place to be able to go. One guy in particular threw the ball well in Toronto. Tyler Skaggs, he's on the mound tonight. Outstanding command of his two-seam fastball. He was able to throw his breaking ball to get swing and misses, both at 73 and then 78-mile-an-hour breaking balls. Fastball command was very good. Did a real good job of getting back into that confident level that he's had all season. Start before that, not so good. Went back to that feel of that two-seam fastball. That set up all his breaking balls. His changeup was very good, too, Victor.
He'll be opposed by the left-hander Eric Bedard as we are just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return. Angels Baseball is brought to you by AT&T, mobilizing your world, and by SoCal Toyota. Check out the new Fun to Drive 2014 Camry at your Toyota dealer today. We make it easy. Nice road trip for the Halos, taking 5 of 6 between Toronto and Philadelphia. Mike Scioscia still going through the ground rules here at the Big A with the umpiring crew. We have not seen this umpiring crew all season, certainly not here in this ballpark. There's Joe Madden not bothering to take out the lineup card. As a matter of fact, it's Cole Figueroa taking out the lineup card, a non-roster invitee. First time in the big leagues for him. He just got called up today to replace Ben Zobrist, who was placed on the 15-day disabled list, dislocated his thumb with a headfirst dive in Seattle.
We saw that before.
Yeah, that's got to stop. There's the man they call Zorilla, their second baseman. He was a little bit off to a slow start offensively. As we go back to Seattle at Safeco Field, this is how it happened. Like I said, yesterday's game, headfirst dive at second base.
Then reach it right away. You can see grabbing that thumb, hitting the glove, and then the base, and then try to hold on to the base. See the discomfort right away.
Yeah. So he is out for an undisclosed period of time. Lineup cards have been exchanged. The umpires are happy. Tyler Skaggs and the Angels taking the field. We'll check out Joe Madden starting 9. The Rays in 5th place in the American League East, 3.5 games back with an 18-23 record. They'll have Desmond Jennings leading things off in center. Logan Forsythe, the former Padres at DH. Evan Longoria, the SoCal product at third. It's Will Myers, the reigning American League Rookie of the Year at right. Sean Rodriguez, the former Angel at second base. James Loney at first. He re-signed with the Rays in the offseason. YUNEL Escobar, the Cuban shortstop. He'll bat 7th. Brandon Geyer in left. And Ryan Hannigan, whom we saw last year with the Cincinnati Reds, will bat 9th and do the catching for the Rays. Taking on Tyler Skaggs, and as we showed you in that start against the Toronto Blue Jays, much better start than his previous one that happened here at the Big A.
His tempo and his confidence really grew, but the keys for Tyler Skaggs as far as being able to get these Tampa Rays hitter out, feel for his fastball, that feel for that two-seam fastball, and also throwing enough fastballs inside. Breaking ball on both sides of the plate. He can throw that 72 for a strike and finish off the other side of the plate with 78 with his curveball.
Let's check out the defense behind Tyler Skaggs tonight. The Angels have Grant Green at left, Mike Trout at center, Collin COWGILL at right. The infield consists of Luis Jimenez, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and C.J. Cron. From third to first, Chris Iannetta is doing the catching.
Luis Jimenez played some great defense we saw on that past road trip. He should get a lot of ground ball action here today with Tyler Skaggs pitching in and pitching down in the zone. Very good. That long glove he has, an outfielder's glove, has been coming into play for him, especially a line drive double play. He was able to catch it, apply a tag to get through the inning in Philly.
Now the Angels trying to kind of figure things out here at home. While they've played well on the road, they've hit better, they've pitched better, and their record shows that. The Angels have yet to get it going. Obviously, it started with that 3-game sweep here to open up the season at the hands of the Seattle Mariners. The Halos coming into tonight's action 8-10 at the Big A, and it's unusual, especially when you look at the earned run average for the Halos. 4.94 here at home compared to 2.88 out on the road. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
So much better on the road, but the reality is I looked at the numbers throughout Major League Baseball, especially in the American League. No one's really played real well at home this year.
Tonight's first pitch being delivered by Shumash Casino Resorts. Desmond Jennings into the batter's box, ready to lead things off. This being a 4-game series. First one tonight is in there for a strike. Vic Carapazza calling the balls and strikes tonight. Adam Hamari at first, Jim Reynolds at second, Bill Miller at third base. Your umpiring crew for this series. Desmond Jennings hitting .250, has 4 home runs, 10 runs batted in. Good speed, 9 stolen bases, only been caught twice. Now when this is below the knees, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. A very hot night here at the Big A. So hot, in fact, that the Tampa Bay Rays busted out the shorts for batting practice. They were going old school Chicago White Sox.
It's a good look for them. They certainly were comfortable.
Little dribbler toward third. Jimenez was playing in. This one across the diamond for the first out of the ball game.
It's a real good pitch from Tyler Skaggs. Jennings, who has good power and good speed, you want to try to keep him off the bases as much as possible. Jimenez comes into that slow roller, gets the first out of the game.
This is the Rays team, of course, it went 92-71 last year, second in the American League East, but off to a slow start. Decimated because of injuries. 3/5 of their rotation on the disabled list, one of which Matt Moore out for an extended period of time with Tommy John surgery. This is Logan Forsythe, designated hitter. First one from Skaggs is down low. Skaggs hitting, or pardon me, Forsythe hitting just 191. There's 5 doubles, a couple of runs batted in. 28th game for the big man, 27-year-old. It's part of a 7-player deal with the San Diego Padres in the offseason. As the count is evened up now.
One of the few batters for the Rays tonight had some experience against Skaggs. 3 for 5 in his career, 600 batting average.
And that is Joe Madden at his best, looking at the numbers and matchups.
You will see shifts. You will see players hitting against pitchers that have had success. He loves all that stuff.
And you will see it all in a not so brisk pace. The Tampa Bay Rays, on average this year, the longest games in Major League Baseball. And their bullpen takes a while to deliver pitches.
Yeah, they like to think about each pitch.
Well, settle in.
Yes.
Settle in. Plenty of baseball to be played tonight. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Forsythe a little bit late on that one. Fouls it off to the right.
That's a great located fastball there from Skaggs. 93 at the knees. Again, that feel for his 2-seam fastball has been excellent.
8 innings pitched into the 9th inning in Toronto the last time out. Gave up back-to-back hits and then was removed through 103 pitches. Allowed just 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned against the Blue Jays. Bounced that breaking ball.
Well, he really wanted that CG, and he was given the opportunity, but a couple base hits. They were ground ball hits, though. They weren't exactly hit hard. But at that point, especially when you pitch that well, a young pitcher, you got to go to the bullpen, and that's what happened at that point.
And as well as the Angels starting staff has pitched this year, it's the first time this season that the Angels have had a starting pitcher actually walk out to the mound for the 9th inning. 2-2. Forsythe lifts one out toward left center field, hooking away from Trout. He dives and he got it. What a play by Mike Trout for the second out of here in the first.
Boy, from our angle, it didn't look like he had any chance to be able to cut that angle off and be able to make that play diving. Coming up with the catch. Pretty good pitch, though, by Skaggs. But he's playing in right center field, diving to make it an outstanding play to left center field. That is called closing speed. Mike Trout, an outstanding play. Diving, catching just before the outfield grass, but starting out in right center field and making the play in left center field.
So 2 outs, nobody on, and it is Evan Longoria, the third baseman at the plate. Takes just outside, apparently. That's 1 ball, no strikes. Halos with 3 infielders on the left side, over shifting with Longoria at the plate. 272 batting average, 4 home runs, 21 runs batted in. 32 home runs a season ago. 2 balls, no strikes.
Boy, a 377 career hitter here at the Big A for Longoria.
Product of St. John Bosco High School, Rio Hondo College, and Long Beach State. Skaggs falls behind here, 3 balls, no strikes. Undrafted out of high school. Went to Rio Hondo. Then to Long Beach State. Became the highest draft pick ever out of Long Beach State. 3rd overall selection.
When a guy this size, you wonder why he would not be drafted out of high school.
3 balls and 1 strike. Late bloomer, right?
I guess so.
Those tend to happen.
Yeah.
How many teams passed on Trout?
Exactly. You see that a lot in baseball, where sometimes that #1 pick overall doesn't pan out to be much at all. That's why scouting is so important. And that feel and look for a player, projecting what they're going to be like at the major league level.
It is not an easy job. And that's what every major league team is going through right now. Draft is coming up shortly. They're trying to sort it all out and create a draft board for baseball. Not easy. Here's a 3-2. Longoria hits one out toward right center field. This one moving Trout back onto the warning track, and he'll make the catch. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Mentioned it's a warm night here, so the baseball is going to carry. Trout made a fantastic grab on the drive by Forsythe. We'll head to the bottom of the first. COWGILL, Trout and Pujols coming up with no score. Mike Scioscia's starting lineup for tonight. The Halos in second place in the West, 3 back of the Oakland Athletics with a 21-18 record. They will have Collin COWGILL leading things off and right. Mike Trout in center. Albert Pujols the DH tonight. Howie Kendrick in that cleanup spot. C.J. Cron at first base. And Derek Ibar at short. Chris Iannetta doing the catching. Grant Green at left. Luis Jimenez at third base. That is Scioscia's right-handed lineup, taking on the 35-year-old left-hander from Orleans, Ontario, Canada, by the name of Eric Bedard.
Eric Bedard, fastball 87-92, cut fastball, curveball, changeup, a lot of all speed. Not many straight fastballs, only about 46% of his pitches. But the keys, bring that fastball, especially his cut fastball, and don't chase off-speed pitches against him.
COWGILL looks at a strike on a breaking pitch. And it is 0-1. Collin, .316 batting average. A couple of home runs, 6 runs batted. It has 4 doubles on the year. Did not get a plate appearance last night. He came into a defensive situation in the 7th inning in Philadelphia. This one looped out toward short. Escobar has it. 2 pitches, 1 out. That'll bring up Mike Trout. Trout and Pujols both struggling out on the road trip. As a matter of fact, combined, they had a total of 4 hits prior to the Philadelphia Phillies series. Trout yesterday tripled high off the wall in the 7th inning. His only hit of the game, going 1 for 4. The night before ended up going 1 for 5. Trout hitting .269 now with 7 home runs, 24 runs batted in as he looks at a fastball for a strike. And we'll check out our Hyundai key to the game.
Little Guns N' Roses today. Paradise City have to start playing much better at home. Make sure this is a place where, as an opponent you come into, you feel you have no chance at winning. It hasn't been the case yet. You need to turn it on with this long homestand.
0-1 pitch missing in, and it is 1 ball, 1 strike. Trout's been better at home, which the Angels have not overall as a group. As a team, hitting just .245 here at home, .264 out on the road. Bedard making his 11th career start against the Angels. 4-5 record of 4.45 ERA. Off speed outside. He's been around a long time. Last year, spending time with the Houston Astros. Ended up going 4-12 with a 4.59 ERA. A lot of bullpen work for him. Check swing foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It becomes difficult for hitters to be able to pick the baseball out of the hand of Eric Bedard. He throws across his body. Very good balance over the pitching rubber. Turns the hips and then throws across his body. So as a hitter, you don't see the baseball till the last second.
Can the Angels take anything away from Burley, Lee starts and apply it to tonight?
No question. Both of those guys pitched inside like that.
And Trout goes down on a check swing.
They're not, both of them. I mean, when you think about Burley, he's not overpowering, but he pitches inside quite a bit. Same thing with Cliff Lee and Bedard. He lives on the inside part of the plate too. He'll try to get you out with a curveball and change up away. But the bottom line is he will throw a lot of fastballs in. Hides the baseball well, throwing across his body. Then you have to try to pick the fastball up as he pitches inside against right-handers. If he misses inside, that's when you got to capitalize. If he can throw strikes inside, then off the inside corner, it's going to be a tough battle against him.
Here's Albert. Lays off the breaking ball. They want an appeal, and Adam Hamari says he did not go. Albert at .264 now. Has 10 doubles, 26 runs batted in. 2-hit game yesterday. 2 for 5 overall with a double. It's 2 balls and no strikes. 3 infielders on the left side. With Longoria and Escobar really playing him to pull. Sean Rodriguez, a second baseman, almost at a traditional shortstop position. Maybe a couple of steps to his left. And Loney off the line at first. Rays went down in order in the first. Bedard has retired the first 2 here in the bottom of the inning. Is Albert now ahead of the count at 3 balls, no strikes. Howie Kendrick on deck.
First fastball that Pujols has seen in this at bat, it was off the outside corner. A couple breaking balls down and in. Pujols with a lot of patience on a 3-0 count, but he might be jumping on a fastball here if it's near his zone.
And he'll look at a strike. Hey, Bedard maybe dropped down a little bit, took something off.
They see what Eric has turned into. He used to have a real good fastball at one point. He's one of those pitchers now that allow you as a hitter to get yourself out. He doesn't have overpowering stuff right now, but he's a smart pitcher, what he's been able to adjust to.
This one's out to left. Got in his hands just enough so Albert could not extend them. It's put away by Geyer. Bedard returns the favor as the Angels go down in order. We'll head to the second, scoreless. So retiring the side in order. And here in the second inning, it'll be Myers, Rodriguez, and Loney for the Rays to face the left-hander. One ground ball out, two fly ball outs for Skaggs. He'll face the reigning American League Rookie of the Year, Will Myers, native of Thomasville, North Carolina. Currently hitting .252, has 4 home runs, 19 runs batted in, 9 doubles on the season. Shoots this one to the alley in left center field. It's a base hit, so the Rays get their leadoff man on board.
Elevated pitch used out in front enough, but because it was elevated, able to hit that in left center field for a base hit. Off the end of the bat, but as a pitch with the way he swings, he likes to get his arms extended, Will Myers. He's got real good power to right center field. Got enough of the bat on it to get a base hit in left center field.
So Skaggs will work from the stretch and face Sean Rodriguez, the former Angel. .259 average so far, 4 home runs. Rodriguez getting to start at second base for the injured Zobrist. Jimenez playing in just a little bit at third. This one's lined towards short. Ibar's got it. What a play by Eric. Myers heads back to first, 1 away.
Well, we've seen 2 very good defensive plays already in the game by the Halos. One by Mike Trout in the first, and now this one by Eric Ibar. Good reaction off the bat. Leaps up and makes an outstanding play on that line drive. Had top hand spin on it too, still able to make the play. Good read, and leaps up, and the Gold Glover makes a great play.
I know it's 5 batters into a situation, but the Rays have always been known as a team that you would think they would be somewhat patient, works counts, and the like. But you're in the early going. If it's around the zone, they're pulling the trigger.
And they realize that Skaggs throws a lot of first pitch fastball, especially tries to go fastball away. And that's all right if you're Skaggs. You're going to get some outs that way.
But to your point, got to keep the ball down.
Got to keep the ball down. If it's elevated, even if they're fooled at all, they're still going to get a good part of the bat on it. And you will get flares in the outfield on elevated pitches. Rarely do you ever see a flare in the outfield on a pitch down and out of the zone.
Myers at first with one out. Loney at the plate. Loney re-signing in the offseason with the Rays, a 3-year deal. And he pulls this one into right field, and that's a base hit. Myers will head to second. He'll stop right there as COWGILL gets the baseball in.
Coming up later in the game, we'll check out the American League scoreboard on the Carl's Jr. Sports Update.
Looking forward to it, as usual.
Not only the scores, but we'll give you some information on how those scores became available and why these teams won.
You're breaking it all down, man.
Yeah.
You gonna write a blog after the game too?
Oh, that little.
Oh, you're gonna go typewriter.
Yeah. Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah. Sound effects.
Smith and Corona.
Yeah.
You got the old typewriter ribbon and everything.
I probably missed that class too.
Probably. Here's YUNEL Escobar. He'll look at a breaking pitch for a strike. But it looked like Myers was trying to time Skaggs at second base.
Boy, a tough guy to have to come up in this situation after a couple hits. Escobar, career 356 hitter. That's over 87 at bats against the Angels. But he's a guy that will roll into a double play if you get a ground ball in an infielder.
31-year-old native of Havana, Cuba. The shortstop lays off the breaking pitch. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Escobar hitting .245. Couple of home runs, 8 runs batted in. He's got Myers standing at second base and Loney at first. Myers leading off the inning with a single. Loney followed with 1 out. His single out to right field. A couple of glances back. Here's the 1-1. This is chopped toward third. Jimenez will lay back on it. Race to the bag, and they force out Myers for out number 2. I'm kind of surprised he didn't just go for the tag.
Yeah, because that was a very close slide at third base. But still able to record the out. Not hit hard enough to turn 2. And just the foot on the base to force out at third base. It's a tough play. Even a slow roll like Escobar can get down the line quick enough. He's probably going to throw him out, but you at least get the lead runner. You still set up a force play at all 3 bases now.
This is Brandon Guyer, the left fielder. First and second, 2 outs. Guyer takes outside. 20th game for Guyer in the big leagues this season. 171 average, a double, and 2 runs batted in. Spent all of last year at AAA Durham, hit .301 there. Originally in the Cubs system, he was part of that big trade between the Rays and the Cubs that included Matt Garza. 1-0 pitch. This was line and beyond the reach of Jimenez into left. Loney will come in to score as the throw is cut off of the Rays, have a 1-0 lead. Brandon Guyer with his 3rd RBI.
Well, another pitch was up. The last game in Toronto, Tyler rarely got any pitches up unless it was by design. Better opportunity as a hitter to get the good part of the bat on the baseball when it's elevated. Got to think in terms of working downstairs again.
Skaggs at home, 0-1 with a 6.75 ERA compared to the 3-0 mark and a 1.57 ERA on the road. Hey folks, the Halos take on the Rays tomorrow at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive an Angels camo hat courtesy of State Farm while supplies last. Purchase your tickets at the Angels Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com. It is Armed Forces Weekend. Started today with the t-shirt, the camo t-shirt.
Mike Trout's name and number on the back.
Victor, I was just going to mention that same thing you just talked about as far as at home as compared to the road for Skaggs. It's really surprising his ERA here at home as compared to the road. This is no more so as a pitcher's ballpark.
So a 2-out hit and a 2-out run. This is Ryan Hannigan, the catcher. Former Cincinnati Red. 250 average, 3 home runs, 22 runs batted in. Escobar at second, Geyer at first. 3 hits for Tampa Bay, all 3 coming here in the second inning. Hannigan takes a big rip, fouls it off to the right.
That was an elevated fastball also from Skaggs.
So what can you do to get back on track? Because we saw, what is it, in the Escobar bat, dropped a breaking ball in there.
I think the big thing, the reason why he's elevated some fastball, Tyler has, is because he's been quick on his delivery. He's got to really slow down his delivery and better balance over the pitching rubber. It allows his arm to be in a good position to work downstairs.
.25 pitches, 16 for strikes so far. And on a warm night like tonight, it's the last thing you want to do is be out on the mound for an extended period of time.
It doesn't look like it's going to cool down at any point during the evening either. Not typical for here in Anaheim where it cools down at night.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Might be up to Chris Iannetta to set up a target down below the knees, even though it's going to be out of the strike zone. Important for him to work his mitt and the target below the knees. Even force it, tap that dirt to force that mindset for Tyler to work down below the knees at this point.
Is that one of those things, though, as a pitcher, you can try to slow yourself down to get more in rhythm, more in sync?
Exactly, and it is focused at the shin guards, below the shin guards, whatever it's going to take to make sure you work downstairs, and then you make adjustments as the game progresses.
No balls, 2 strikes on Hannigan with 2 on. Down and away. 1-2. Hannigan last year with Cincinnati hit 198, a couple of home runs, 21 runs batted in. It's a couple of nagging injuries. Spending time on the disabled list with an oblique strain and a wrist injury.
Very, very good defensive catcher.
Coming over to the Rays in a 3-team deal. Arizona, Cincinnati, and the Rays. The since departed Heath Bell part of that deal as well, as Hannigan shoots one over to second. Howie, for some reason, moved to his right. I'm not sure he saw the baseball, well, unless they were looking for a pickoff or something. But regardless, they get the out. The Rays strike first. They lead at 1-0.
TNT Uverse Rewind. Back to last season, June 3rd, 2013. Erik Bedard is a member of the Houston Astros. Pitched extremely well against the Halos. Got a changeup swing and miss. Brendan Harris, former Angel, and a high fastball. Went 7 innings. Picked up the victory, a 2-1 victory against the Halos last season.
Who didn't pitch well that was on an Astros team against the Angels last year? Early on especially.
We got to miss Bud Norris with Baltimore somehow, some way. Been real good.
Killer.
He's been real good. Bedard of late against the Angels too. Just saw that graphic, 3-1 with a very good ERA. Although I don't know if Torrey Hunter likes Bud Norris anymore.
I know.
See that after that home run hit, he threw inside at him.
He wore it though.
Ball got away.
Kendrick leading things off, fouls this one back, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. Kendrick, Cronin, Ibar against Erik Bedard. Now we're batting in that cleanup spot once again. Hitting .305 is a couple of home runs, 18 runs batted in. Howie with 10 doubles and 2 triples as well. On base percentage at .386 for Kendrick. One ball, 2 strikes. Angels overall 8th in batting average as a team, 3rd in home runs, 4th in runs scored, 2nd in slugging, and with all of the walks they've crept up the leaderboard, now to 8th as a team in on base percentage.
Yeah, 30 walks on this past road trip.
2 balls, 2 strikes. So I was telling Salmon in the pregame show, talking about the walks that the Angels got. They also stranded a lot of guys. But even still, with the base runners not cashing those in, runner situation, runners in scoring position situation, still playing good baseball. This one's bounced over to Longoria for the first out. And the pitching's been the big key to that.
Yeah, you always have a chance. So you look for your opponent to make a mistake later in the game or get to an opponent's bullpen, especially with the pitches thrown. We saw that yesterday with A.J. Burnett, only went 5 innings. Bullpen did a pretty solid job for the Phillies yesterday, but the bottom, when you get to a bullpen and have to get 12 outs out of the opponent's bullpen, you've done your job with the bats.
There's C.J. Cron's debut here at the Big A. Had a nice debut out on the road. Takes a breaking ball down low. C.J. 11 for 29. That's a .379 batting average. Couple of home runs, 6 runs batted in.
I like this matchup for Cron against Bedard because Bedard likes to throw a lot of fastballs in, and what we've seen from C.J., he gets his hands inside the baseball real well with good power.
Both of his home runs in Toronto. 2 balls, no strikes. They really playing the pole on the left side of the infield. And now Rodriguez, after the first 2 pitches, spending time at the second base position, now moves over to the left side. So what does that tell you?
It must be a printout saying on a 2-0 count, there's a chance that Cron is going to pull the ball more often than a 1-0 count.
And Hannigan sets up outside. And they go with a fastball.
Well, we've seen Cron hit the ball very well to right center field on the line.
Two-one pitch. Breaking ball, missing in. 3 balls and a strike. I'll be very interested to see at the end of the season when they break down all of the shifts and the alignments, the success rate of the shifts overall as a team, as a league, as Major League Baseball in general. See how successful it's been. 3-1s fouled off, full count.
You're forcing pitchers sometimes to throw against their best pitch. And that being said, so if there's a left-handed batter up and a sinker ball pitcher's on the mound and your best pitch is a sinker down and away, hitting the outside part of the plate, well, you've kind of pitched against your defense by doing so. You're hoping that he rolls over on the ball, but if you're on the corner or just off the corner, good hitters will make that adjustment and start peppering that left side of the field.
3-2. This one's fouled back. Trying to climb the ladder inside with that fastball. I agree with you. I mean, I like the shifts. I don't mind it. I think you have to look at the numbers overall. You have to look at an extensive body of work to decide what the spray charts tell you, but you also have to take a look at what that individual is doing at that point.
Is the hitter hot at that point? Is he going the other way? I think there's adjustments to be made.
Right.
That's the thing. And one thing about Joe Maddon, he will make adjustments. He'll look at those numbers, but he also will look who's pitching.
This one line to left. Geyer comes racing in and makes a diving catch on that sinking liner. Robs Crone of a hit. That's out number 2.
There's one of those plays as an outfielder. You feel in those ribs for a while when you get a dive for a ball like that going forward. Head first dive, and then you reach out and make a play. And then you slam the ribs and roll over an outfield grasp, but well played by Geyer.
He's done it offensively with the RBI single, now defensively. Already 3 fine defensive plays in this game between these two teams as Eric Ibar steps in. And he'll look at a strike. Eric's batting average from the right side starting to get a little bit better. It's at .211. Overall, he's hitting .277. Bulk of the time in that leadoff spot against right-handed pitchers. This one's back toward the middle, but that's where Rodriguez is at. Bedard with a shutdown. 1, 2, 3 inning. 2 complete here at the Big A. Tampa Bay with a 1-0 lead. Hey, coming up later in the game, we'll bring you the AT&T fan photo of the game. But of course, we need your help. Tweet your photo using #WestFanPhoto, and it could be shown in an upcoming game broadcast.
Well read.
Tyler Skaggs back to work. You don't think that was memorized? Or Memorex?
I think it was just a live, tremendous read by you.
Speaking of Memorex, you still have an 8-track, don't you? You do.
Do you? No, but I've got plenty of albums, though. I know that.
Desmond Jennings leading things off, and he'll look at his strike. Jennings grounded out in the first inning, so he's 0 for 1.
Can't get rid of him.
You got a phonograph?
Yes.
Ray striking for a run on 3 hits in the second. 0-1 on the way. That is in tight. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jennings, 27 years of age. 10th round pick in 2006 at Itawamba Community College in Mississippi. One and two, blocked for a long time with Carl Crawford in left field. Saw glimpses of him when you're sitting there going, can he play center? I don't know. B.J. Upton was there for a while.
Got real good speed. He can cover a lot of ground in center field.
252 last season with 14 home runs. As he swings and misses on the breaking ball, down he goes for strikeout for Skaggs.
Well, that's a great sequence. The pitch before was a changeup, then a curveball.
Hey, MLB on Fox Sports 1 has reigning National League MVP Andrew McCutchen and the Pirates taking on Derek Jeter and the Yankees. The action starts at 12:30 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports 1. It's streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Love that Andrew McCutchen commercial.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting
That's awesome. He's some kind of player. He can do it all.
He is fantastic. Logan Forsythe settles into the batter's box.
Pittsburgh has some talent. There's no question. They've got a slow start so far. 5 games under 500. Coming into the game today. Up losing the game today against Milwaukee. So 6 games under 500.
Count evened up. Forsythe, a fly ball that Mike Trout made a nice diving catch on out in left center field. He's 0 for 1. Former first-round pick by the Padres, University of Arkansas. 1-1. Swing and miss. 1-2. That was back in 2008. He's got a brother that plays in the Mets organization, AA. Or at least he played AA last year. One-two from Skaggs. This one's lifted in the air to right. COWGILL was shading him that way. 2 outs.
Now let's check out the Core's timeless moment. This date, back in 1973. That man, Nolan Ryan, number 30, to his first of 7 career no-hitters for the Angels versus the Royals. It went 3-0. That was the 3rd no-hitter in Angels history. Bo Belinsky and Clyde Wright, the other 2. 7 no-hitters.
I think that's pretty good.
And what did we say? He had either 9 or 11 one-hitters too. In other words, he was dominant.
Machine.
The Express.
He wasn't early on with the Mets, though. He very Randy Johnson-like.
He could be wild.
He was Randy Johnson before Randy Johnson.
Can you imagine him being wild and you're in the batter's box? He's throwing 100. He has no idea where it's going.
Can't be fun.
No.
Not everyone was using the helmets back then, although that might have been the poster for it.
Say, let's figure something out at this point.
A picture from home plate showing Nolan Ryan in his stretch. Do you want to wear helmets?
Yes. It's like hockey with the visor or not. Oh, yeah, I'll take the visor.
1-1 is fouled. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, in Kansas City, big bad job, Mayberry. That's Amos Otis.
Fly ball out to finish it off.
Back then, that right center field was about 473 feet.
And the wall was about 25 feet high, too. That was a pretty good pitcher's yard.
That was a cavernous ballpark. It still is to a certain extent. They've renovated it since, of course, a number of times. 1-2 to Longoria. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. A 1-2-3 inning for Skaggs, picking up his first 2 strikeouts. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Angels down 1-0.
Time-Warner Cable. Enjoy better. Call 1-855-WANT-TWC. And by Hyundai. Hyundai leaves the rest wanting. Find out why by visiting buyhyundai.com today.
Halos play from behind here as we begin the bottom of the third. 1-0. Want to remind you that on Saturday, guess what? It's another Saturday night spectacular fireworks show presented by Wells Fargo after the Angels take on the Rays at 6:05. Purchase your tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com.
That is exciting.
Oh,
fireworks.
It's coming up on Saturday, of course.
This Saturday, right?
Yes. Chris Iannetta swinging first pitch, skies one on the left side. It's YUNEL Escobar, the shortstop, making the catch for the first down. So 7 up, 7 down for Eric Bedard to start this ball game. And here comes Grant Green. Grant 9 for 27 in the big leagues this year. It's a .333 batting average, a double and an RBI. It's the outfield, isn't it? Walk-up song?
Yes. Which he's playing now. The outfield.
Oh, I see. I see what he did there. Grant looks at his right. Played some second base yesterday. Howie Kendrick had the day off. Hits this one out toward left center field. Desmond Jennings moving over.
Well, you can see how far that ball carried. That was off the end of the bat. It got medium to deep left center field. If you square up baseball tonight, it's got a chance to go a long way in this heat.
2 up and 2 down. Nobody on base. Luis Jimenez stepping up. Bedard has thrown a total of 29 pitches so far through 8 batters.
Point a lot of pitches inside, whether it's his curveball or fastball.
Well, you would think that that would play into Luis's hands. He likes to turn on that pitch. He'll look at an off speed for strike. Jimenez 2 for 14 in the big leagues this year. 1 double, 2 runs batted in. A double, 2-run shot was on Tuesday night against the Phillies. 1-1. One run, 3 hits for the Rays. All that action happening in the second inning. A 2-out base hit by Brandon Guyer, the left fielder. Bringing home James Loney for the only run of the game so far. This is lined into center field, a base hit. Hannigan wanted that pitch away. And a little bit too much of the plate, it looked like.
The fastball, Jimenez, a couple breaking balls in the at-bat, gets the fastball down the heart of the plate, elevated and hit well by Luis. First base hit of the game for the Angels. And what we saw a lot on this past road trip was a lot of runs scored by the Angels with 2 outs. Bedard has been very good. He's faced 9 batters in his game 7. First pitch strikes for him.
Now he'll pitch from the stretch for the first time tonight. Here's Collin COWGILL. Lined out to Escobar in the first inning. Slow breaking ball missing upstairs. Bedard getting to the big leagues back in 2002. The Baltimore Orioles. Pitched in 2 games that year, then became somewhat of a full-timer the following season, probably 2 seasons later, in 2004. 15-game winner in 06, 13-game winner in 07, and then got traded to Seattle. Probably a trade the Mariners would like to have back. That was the Adam Jones deal.
Perennial all-star Adam Jones.
I think Seattle would like to have the Derek Lowe, Jason Varitek trade back too, for old Heathcliff Slocum.
But a great name, though.
Well, yeah, that's an all-timer.
That's always a plus.
Yeah. Here's the 1-1. That's tough to sell to the fan base, though. Doesn't usually generate ticket sales, unless you're Johnny Football. Jimmy Manziel in Cleveland.
Yes, right away. Although the owner of the Browns said he is the backup quarterback. Well, yeah, right now they're not playing any football games, the last time I checked.
but on that depth chart, he's the backup. 2-out single, putting Jimenez at first base runner of the game for the Angels. COWGILL ahead of the count at 2 balls and 1 strike.
One thing about this combination with Bedard and Hannigan, very, very difficult to steal against. Hannigan has thrown out over 41% of would-be base stealers, and Bedard has a good move to first.
2-1 pitch is in there. Evens up the count. To your point, coming into the season, career leaders, active catchers, highest caught stealing percentage. Hannigan third behind Henry Blanco and Yadier Molina. 2-2. Check swing, he went around. Hannigan will apply the tag. And doesn't have to, since COWGILL gave up his right. That is the second strikeout for Bedard. We've played 3. Tampa Bay on top, 1-0. Here at the Big A, beautiful night though. Great shot at Angels Stadium. Myers, Rodriguez, and Loney for the Rays here in the 4th against Tyler Skaggs. Picked up his first 2 strikeouts of the game in the 3rd inning. Top 3 in the order so far, 0 for 6. It was Myers that got things started for the Rays in the 2nd inning with a leadoff single. He's 1 for 1. Swinging first pitch, pulls it foul. Where was that pitch?
Elevated once again. And Myers, very good fastball up and away. That's the ball hit hard to right center field. And as you can see on the fastball in the inner half elevated, he pulls that one to left, but that one pulled foul.
Myers, the runaway winner for the American League Rookie of the Year. Jose Iglesias, the shortstop. Boston and Detroit was 2nd. J.B. Shutt, 4th overall. 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Myers acquired prior to last year. Trade with the Kansas City Royals. That was the James Shields trade.
One of those trades has worked out well for both teams.
Shields a free agent to be. Myers looks at a strike. 1-2.
Boy, it almost looked like Myers was looking for something off speed because he took that fastball in the inner half.
Goes old school, no batting gloves, and after every pitch goes out and kind of looks like he's popping his knuckles every time. Rubs the dirt. Gets back in there. As that breaking pitch is low, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And right on cue, he doesn't do it. Well, there's the dirt. Not too many guys, especially young guys, going without the batting gloves nowadays.
What Brad Miller for Seattle, the shortstop does. That's about the only guy I can remember.
Full count. Sean Rodriguez on deck. Swing and a miss. No, a foul tip hung on to by Iannetta.
Well, that was
out number 1.
Real good pitch there, a 3-2 changeup. And you see right here in the pitch sequence how Skaggs was able to get the AL Rookie of the Year out. This at bat, pull, foul, fastball back inside off the plate. Another fastball, middle part of the plate. Hard breaking ball in the dirt. Myers did not chase. Another breaking ball, did not go after, but this perfect changeup. Down middle of the plate at 85. Good sequence by Skaggs.
3rd strikeout for Skaggs. Here's Sean Rodriguez. The first pitch in his last at bat, lined down to Eric Ibar. Nice play by Eric. Trout shading Rodriguez the opposite way to the alley at right center. Here's the 0-1. Didn't miss by much, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
So like that miss there, 0-1, be able to go inside off the plate. That's the time to go in. 0-2, in my opinion, not necessarily the time to go inside.
Two and 1. Sean was the Angels' 3rd round pick back in 2003.
Well, it's interesting what Chris Iannetta just did to show Tyler Skaggs why that breaking ball missed. He's saying he's getting around, not getting out in front of his breaking ball. He's pulling it across his body.
Ground ball towards short. Ibar to his left. 2 down. Really, if you go back to that start against Toronto, that's kind of where Skaggs was making his living, on the outside part of the plate to that powerful right-handed heavy lineup.
Yeah, he was able to throw his curveball away, you're right, Victor, and his changeup down and away. Just enough fastballs in to keep him honest.
Long conversation between Iannetta and Skaggs with 2 outs, nobody on, and Loney coming up. Loney rifled a high fastball to right field for a base hit in the 2nd. He came around to score on the Geyer base hit. Loney came in batting .308, and that puts him in the top 10 as far as American League batting average leaders. Can you guess who the leader is? You get a yeah, you like double doubles, right? Here's the 0-1. This one's fouled off the left.
Yeah, we'll go into our area pretty soon to get our double at Oakland.
That's right.
Stadium. Yes.
Yeah, that trip we always seem to gain like 10 pounds.
That's good for us, though.
It is. Yangervis Solarte leading the American League at batting average at .336. Actually tied with Victor Martinez.
It's a great story, Solarte, when you think about it. He's been in the minor leagues for a long, long time.
Victor Martinez a free agent to be as well. Torrey Hunter a free agent to be.
Victor Martinez is a pure hitter.
Yeah.
Line drives, both sides of the plate to the alleys. Works the count well. Doesn't strike out a whole lot.
1-2 to Loney. So it's foul back. Skaggs has retired 6 in a row since giving up the single to Geyer. Trying to make it 7 in a row. Get the Angels back in the dugout as Loney strikes out swinging. Another 1-2-3 inning. 4 strikeouts now for the young lefty. We'll head to the bottom of the 4. Trout, Pujols, and Kendrick coming up for the Angels down 1-0.
Just letting it all hang out.
Fourth of the Tampa Bay still leading the Angels 1-0. Now let's check out the tools of the trade presented by Ram Trucks. With Trout coming to play, we saw what he did in the first inning with his glove. Closing speed. He was playing in right center field. Was able to cut off that ball in left center field. Diving play for Mike Trout.
He'll lead things off for the Halos here in the 4th, followed by Albert Pujols, then Howie Kendrick. 1 base runner in the game for the Halos, and that was a 2-out single by Luis Jimenez. Bedard with 2 strikeouts, no walks. First one, an off-speed pitch. Called a strike. Count evened up now.
So break a ball in, fastball in. I would think at some point he'll throw a changeup away against him, though. Is Trout right now aware of the inner half of the plate? That's what he struck him out with in the first at bat. Fastball in.
Off speed, rolled over to short. Escobar has it. High throw, and it's off the glove and into the dugout. So Trout will head over to second base on the error by Escobar, his 7th error of the season.
Got him out in front of the changeup. What a few errors for Escobar, too. Usually very good fielding shortstop. Gathered himself, but got underneath his throw. Loney tried to leap up and catch it, keep his foot on the base, knowing the Trout is flying down the line, unable to catch that ball, and goes into the dugout. Now runner in scoring position for Pujols.
Albert hit a fly ball to left field in the first. Rodriguez on the left side of the infield now, trying to keep Trout close to the bag at second. Nobody out. Off speed, check swing. He went around. Hamari, the first base umpire, rings it up. Albert tonight the DH.
Wow, didn't look like he crossed the plate there.
Young umpire with the.
That's old National League rules back in the day.
Well, you thought about swinging, so
yeah,
I'm
that's
going to ring
close.
it up.
It's close enough. But it didn't seem like it was much of a commitment to swing there by Pujols. Mike Scioscia's certainly not happy about it. It changes everything. You look at numbers statistically from batters that are ahead of the count 1-0 as compared to 0-1. There's a big discrepancy.
One ball, one strike. Just 42 pitches thrown by Bedard. The left-hander pitching in his 7th game, making his 6th start. This one's out to right. Myers comes in. Trout tags and will stay right there. 1 out.
Tried to go the other way, tried to get the job done. But Myers with 3 outfield assists, pretty strong throwing arm from right field. Trout got back to the base, but was not comfortable enough to try to advance. Wasn't hit real deep either, and then Will Myers was able to get underneath that baseball and get himself a good throwing position. Probably a good decision by Trout.
So it's up to Howie Kendrick with 1 out, a man at second base. Howie grounded out to Longoria, his first time up. Now just off the plate. Hannigan holding it there for Vic Carapazza, but doesn't get the call. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
Sean Rodriguez trying to keep Mike Trout close at second base. Trout looks like he's trying to time Bedard.
That one did catch the corner. 2-2. Or pardon me, 1-1. I get for looking down at the stat sheet while I'm giving you the count.
The count's even either way.
Trout reaching on the error by YUNEL Escobar. 2-base error, putting him in scoring position. Big lead for Trout. Broken bat, roller to second. 2 outs. Trout ends up at third base, along with the barrel. Howie Kendrick's bat. So 2 away. Man standing at third base. And as we talked about a number of times, the Angels with opportunity, especially in a game like this, the way Bedard's been pitching, and the way the Angels have struggled here at home. You got to try to pick up that run somehow, some way. But Pujols with a fly ball to right. Kendrick, broken bat roller to second, and now it's up to Crone. Crone lined one out to shallow left field. His first time up. Nice diving play by Geyer. So CJ's 0 for 1. He hooks one foul. Out in front of the breaking pitch.
And if Bedard stays the same sequence we've seen from him, the very next pitch will be a fastball in off the inside corner. And we've seen CJ Crone very quick on that fastball in. Hannigan looking at the feet of Crone to see if he can go inside. Is indeed going to go inside.
And that is out toward left center field. Hit pretty well. Desmond Jennings moving back near the wall. Leaps up and he got it. What a play by Desmond Jennings, robbing CJ Crone of a 2-run home run.
Boy, he was very comfortable going back on the baseball, has a feel for where the wall is, times his leap, and an outstanding play by Jennings in center.
Fiat 500L. Visit FiatUSA.com and head to Jack in the Box and try the new Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. It's Jack's hottest sandwich yet.
Top of the fifth inning here at Angel Stadium. The Halos down by the score of 1-0, and it almost was a 2-1 Angels lead. Desmond Jennings, terrific job on tracking the baseball that crowed him.
No panic whatsoever. He got back and knew exactly where the wall was and timed his leap perfectly to make that outstanding play. Back to the wall, leaps up. It was all because he was under control running back to the wall.
Skaggs back to work, facing the bottom third of the order. YUNEL ESCOBAR looks at a strike. ESCOBAR, Geyer, and Hannigan against Tyler. He's retired 7 in a row. He's giving up that base hit by Geyer in the second. ESCOBAR reach on a fielder's choice in the second inning, so he's 0 for 1. Shoots this one foul down the right field line. Watch out, George Hendrick.
Smooth as always.
Oh. No balls and 2 strikes.
George had those long pants
from
the get-go, way before it was fashionable. Still has them.
First guy I remember with the pant legs touching the shoes. 0-2, fouled back.
Well, he can crush a left-handed pitcher. Fun guy to talk to. Very solid major leaguer.
One ball, 2 strikes. George playing with the Angels from 85 through 88. First round pick by Oakland. One, 2. ESCOBAR back up the middle, a base hit, and the pitch that was up. Leadoff man is on board. 4th hit allowed by Skaggs. Hey folks, Saturday's Armed Forces Day presented by State Farm when the Halos take on the Rays at 6:05. The Angels will wear a special military jersey and will honor all those who have served our country with a special pregame military ceremony. For more info and to purchase your tickets, just log on at angels.com/promotions. There's Brandon Geyer, the left fielder. RBI single in the second inning, picking up his 3rd run batted in. Shows bunt, takes low.
That's one thing Tampa doesn't do a lot of, sacrifice bunt. That was more on his own. You have 7 sacrifice hits. Joe Madden not necessarily a believer in giving up and out to advance the runner into scoring position.
This one's fouled off to the right.
Tom Foley going through the signs. Tampa doesn't run a lot either. There's 15 stolen bases this season.
They'll throw over to first. Skaggs, 62 pitches for the lefty, 41 have been strikes, 4 strikeouts, no walks. 1-1 shows bunt, and he was trying to bunt for a base hit if he got a pitch to handle there. 2 balls, 1 strike. Another conversation with Chris Iannetta.
As Iannetta walked out to the mound, ESCOBAR thought about trying to go to second base. Might not have been a wise decision. Eric Ibar was right there. C.J. Cron was right at first base. He thought about going because he didn't know if he heard timeout being called, because Iannetta just walked out to Skaggs at that point.
Two balls and one strike. Nobody on. Escobar at first. And a bunt down in front of the plate. Iannetta has to come out, has to hurry to throw. Just gets Geyer. And even though that is a guy that looks like is bunting for a base hit, imagine they'll get a sacrifice for that.
They'll get a sacrifice. But that was well played by Iannetta. Not only makes the play, but has to make a good throw on the run. Geyer getting down the line very quick also. Iannetta had to go a long way to field that bunt.
Yeah. Sacrifice goes 2-3 for the first down. Escobar ends up at second base.
Again, I don't think that was for sacrifice. That was more for a hit.
Eighth sacrifice that the Tampa Bay Rays have performed this year. Second by Geyer. So man in scoring position. Here's Ryan Hannigan, the catcher. Howie wanted a pickoff attempt. That breaking pitch apparently missed outside. Skaggs wants to know where that pitch was at.
I also think Tyler should think in terms of maybe putting a pickoff on with Howie. Escobar didn't move. If you're quick on that throw.
One. Hannigan grounded out to Kendrick in the second inning, so he's 0 for 1. Tyler's had a deliberate pace throughout, and it's kind of his thing between pitches. We play here with 1 out of the 5th inning. Tampa Bay with a run back in the second inning. A little check swing foul. Tried to hold up on a little breaking ball.
Yeah, good breaking ball at 75.
Top of the order, Desmond, Jennings on deck.
A little bit bigger lead. This might be a time for Skaggs to spin move and throw back to second.
Tonight, the first of a 4-game series against the Rays. 10-game homestand for the Angels. Rays, Astros, and Royals on this homestand. Jared Weaver going tomorrow. C.J. Wilson. And then Matt Shoemaker the rest of this series. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Well, not the normal names you see in their rotation for Tampa in this series.
1-2 pitch. Hannigan rolls it foul. Now Chris Archer going tomorrow night against Weaver. Cesar Ramos going against C.J. Wilson Saturday. David Price will go on Sunday. Price has pitched a little bit better of late. One of the league leaders in hits allowed this year is ERA just north of 4. But had a good start against the Seattle Mariners the other day. That was the come from behind win. They touched Fernando Rodney in the 9th inning for a couple of runs. Another 1-2 pitch, and Hannigan fouls it off to the right.
Different pace for Tyler today as compared to what we saw in Toronto. Well, he's still throwing the ball well today. Not quite as comfortable on the mound.
Which is you would think would be somewhat unusual. I mean, when you look at that Toronto Blue Jays lineup, the thumpers they have from the right side of the plate, you figure it's going to be a shaky matchup, especially after his previous start. We got knocked around here. Figured he'd just remain as aggressive tonight. As Hannigan goes down swinging, the command hasn't quite been there today. Maybe that's the hesitation for Tyler.
Yeah, but the thing is, his stuff has still been good too. Fastball velocity 92, 93. No, he's not touched 96. This one by design going out of the strike zone at 92.
Strikeout number 5 for Tyler. 2 outs now. Escobar still at second base. A leadoff single for him. And now Desmond Jennings at the plate. The center fielder is 0 for 2 with a ground down and a strikeout.
4 hits allowed and 4 2/3. No walks, 5 punch outs.
Grant Green playing deep in left field. Trout straight up, normal depth at center. Same for COWGILL in right. Jennings robbing C.J. Cron to finish off the bottom of the 4th inning. Was it 4 fine defensive plays in this game already? One. Let's go back and take a look at that play that Jennings made out in left center.
Back to the wall, use his hands for leverage against the wall itself. Leaps up. Great play. He's able to turn his body to avoid jamming his shoulder into the wall also.
Check swing bouncer to the right side. Howie comes in. And that'll do it. Leadoff single stranded in scoring position. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning with the Halos down 1-0. Singled and a sacrifice bunt getting the Hannigan to strike out. Jennings fooled on a breaking pitch to ground out the end of the 5th inning. Here, the bottom of the 5th, it'll be Ibar, Ionetta, and Green as the Angels try to solve Eric Bedard.
You know, the bottom line is, Victor, when we talk about Tyler Skaggs, maybe missing some locations, but the reality is he's throwing the ball exceptionally well. That's when you've arrived. That's when you become a very good pitcher, when you can still have a conversation. He's missing some spots. Usually you're happy with a pitcher going 5 innings, he's only giving up 1 run. He's been that consistent, really, when you think about it, for the Angels outside of that 1 game.
And that's the thing that we continue to harp on with Garrett Richards, and where he has taken that next step to the next level, that he hasn't let things kind of blow up on him. Ibar fouls it back, and the count evened up at 1-1.
Well, there were some interesting looks by Philly hitters against him again yesterday. this look of disbelief at sometimes you think you track a fastball at the knees and all of a sudden it's in the dirt at 97.
Angels have had 2 base runners, a single by Jimenez in the 3rd, then the error by Escobar put Trout on board to lead off the 4th inning and put him in scoring position. Pujols a fly out, Kendrick a ground out, and Cron, of course, robbed by a fantastic defensive play by Desmond Jennings. Halos 0 for 3 with a man in scoring position. 2-1 pitch. And he shows bunt. Longoria was playing back. It's 3 balls, 1 strike.
Naivar coming in this game 3 for 10 in his career versus Bedard. So he has a good history against them.
Chris Iannetta on deck. Here's the 3-1 from Bedard. That is lifted down the left field line. Towering shot. Hooking toward the corner. Guy runs out of room.
Might have been ball 4 also.
Yep.
Coming into the game, Bedard 14 walks and 26 and 2/3 innings pitched, so he can get wild. We haven't seen that today, though.
No, he's been around the strike zone, and even on those questionable pitches, we've seen some kind of odd swings, if you will. The differential tonight from his fastball to breaking pitch or off-speed pitches has been great. And that is nowhere near the strike zone. Maybe that's all we need to do is just talk about it more.
Yeah, no question.
Leadoff walk. Hey fans, the Angels host the Astros on Tuesday at 7:05, and fans in attendance will receive an Albert Pujols gnome, courtesy of Automobile Club of Southern California, while supplies last. Purchase tickets today at the Angels Stadium ticket officer by logging on at angels.com.
The well-traveled gnome up in Toronto, Philly, now up in the rock pile. That is a fabulous gnome.
Traveling first class?
Yes.
Iannetta gets jammed, lifts one out to shallow right. It's going to hang out for Myers. So Chris Iannetta's seen 2 pitches.
Jam both times.
Yep. Pop up to short, now fly to right.
When you go in that Tampa dugout, Joe Madden has a printout sheet of a lot of different things, both for their pitching staff to set up their defense, but one being that Iannetta, although patient at the plate, will be more aggressive on a fastball in, and that's twice now. They've gone inside with a fastball and jammed them.
Grant Green looks at an off-speed pitch for a strike. Grant getting a start tonight in left field. 0 for 1. They went out to left center field that Desmond Jennings caught. Pulls this one foul off the railing. And we'll go back and revisit our Hyundai key to the game.
About half to start getting it going at home this 8-10 on the season. I guess a paradise city for the club, the Angels, make it very difficult for the opponent coming in. Tyler Skaggs has done his job so far, keeping this game close. It's 1 run allowed, but the offense has not figured out Bedard yet.
And this is line to the alley in right center field. That's a base hit. High ball roll round second. He'll head to third. Green trying to stretch it into a double, and he is out. Mike Scioscia's going to come out.
Boy, that play, especially with the play in front of you for Grant Green, you like the hustle, but you're also putting yourself in a position where you have first and third, the tying run at third with 1 out. Hit well by Green, going the other way. Real relaxed hands. Mike Scioscia's going to wait and look in at Dino Evil to see indeed if they will challenge this call. Head first slide. Boy, you wonder if that hand didn't get in first before the tag was applied. His left hand. Well, that hand is in. I think that hand is in.
Here's some of the folks in the stadium watching it on their monitors.
And they will challenge it.
Yeah, sure enough.
Jim Reynolds was right there at second base. It looked like he got the left hand.
Hands on the bag there.
And then the tag is around the neck and shoulder area.
Well, we will tap the brakes on being optimistic because we've seen quite a few replays.
We should say just the opposite this time.
Exactly. Yeah, he looked out. So they're going to take a look at it.
This could be a huge play when you think about the difference between second and third and one out and man on third with two.
Bill Miller's the man on the right. He's the crew chief. Jim Reynolds, the second base umpire. Now they're showing that center field angle down on the big screen down in right center field.
Yeah, we saw that a lot when we were in Toronto. A couple different angles.
Green will get credit for a single. And if they do overturn the call, it'll be a double. It's the 9th manager's challenge for Mike Scioscia this year. The call on the field is out at second base. The Angels with Desmond Jennings in center. You might as well test the arms. That's the one thing that they don't necessarily have. Nobody really stands out.
No. Jennings with no outfield assists this season so far. Again, from our angle, what we've seen, it looked like Grant Green got his left hand in on the base before being tagged around the neck and shoulder on his right side. Now, if there was another angle where you could see him just touching his left hand before he goes on the base, well, then he will be ruled out.
Looks like Jim Reynolds getting ready to take off the headset. Play on the field is runner out. Now he is safe.
Hey, we were right this time. Great hustle by Grant Green now.
It's a double for Green. And that is his second of the year. So second and third and one out.
And there you see right here, hand on the base, tag, shoulder, right shoulder area. And kept his hand and knee on the base, so he was never off contact with the base as Escobar kept his glove on him.
Halo's now 5 of 9 in managerial challenges. They've won 5 of them. There's Lisa Manis, who singled into center field in the 3rd inning. And he looked like he went around, and he did. Guessing fastball there, got a breaking ball.
Yeah, under the circumstance, you got to realize if you're Jimenez, you have to get the job done. You have the middle infielders playing back. They're giving up a run. Even would be a difficult play for Loney to make a throw if you hit a ground ball to his side. So make contact, anything but to the pitcher or possibly Longoria third base.
Figure Ibar will be on the move on contact. 0-1 pitch. Takes that one down and in. Good take. Evens up the count. Ibar with a leadoff walk. Now Green with the double. Originally called out at second base, but call overturned. Double by Green, the second hit allowed by Bedard. 1-1. Breaking pitch. Pulls a foul. 1-2. So if he can just go back to that approach he had in that 3rd inning, right up the middle. He likes to sometimes think about pulling a lot.
Again, we have to point out you got the middle part of the infield playing back. They're willing to give up the tying run here.
Escobar playing him the pull. Big hole between Escobar and the second base bag. There's a look at it right where Grant Green is at.
Would you be surprised if Bedard threw anything but a breaking ball here?
No. I think if you do, you might be doing him a favor, unless he tries to climb a ladder. Call strike 3. That was up and in. Apparently called the inside corner. 2 outs.
See if it did catch the corner, and it did just off the inside corner, but a perfect pitch from Bedard. That was more of a setup pitch. He ends up getting a call third strike.
So the Halos now 0 for 4 with men in scoring position tonight. Here's Collin Cowgill, 0 for 2. line out to Escobar and a strikeout himself in a third. Bedard now with 3 punch outs and 1 walk.
COWGILL with a good road trip, 6 for 16.
Off speed pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, what we say as far as the keys to be able to beat Bedard is not swing at those off-speed pitches out of the strike zone. We've seen quite a few swings at off-speed pitches out of the zone.
And while he is tantalizing as far as the fastball in, Greg Green's taking that approach of trying to just stay up the middle, out to left center, out to right center field. Ibar standing at third base, Green at second. Here's the 1-1. 1-2, another off-speed pitch.
Same exact count. He threw the fastball in against Jimenez to get him looking. 1-2 count.
One nothing Rays. They got to run back in the second. Trout on deck. Going back outside. COWGILL pulls this one over to Escobar. Shortstop fires low. Loney digs it out. The Angels waste another opportunity. 5 complete. 1-0 Tampa Bay. Cars that deliver inspired performance. And by AT&T Universe TV. Check availability at 1-800-PICK-ATT. Rethink possible. Top of the 6th inning, still 1-0 Rays. Tyler Skaggs to face 2, 3, and 4 for Tampa Bay. Forsythe, Longoria, and Myers. The Angels back-to-back innings with an opportunity to at least tie this game up. Granted, there was one fantastic play by Desmond Jennings to end the 4th inning, but overall the Angels unable to solve the mystery that is Eric Bedard 0 for 5 with men in scoring position.
It's a big inning now for Tyler Skaggs. Tampa with some momentum. They have to be able to get through that inning and not give up a run. And you get the middle part of the order coming up here.
Forsythe swings in the first one, lines one to left, a leadoff single. Second consecutive inning in which the Rays have got their leadoff man on board, 3rd time tonight. They'll bring up Longoria. Forsythe 1 for 3. Evan Longoria for 2, a fly ball to center and a strikeout. In the dirt, and it gets away from Iannetta. A wild pitch advances Forsythe to second.
Third wild pitch of the season for Skaggs.
'75th pitch of the night. 50 have been strikes. 5 punch outs. No walks. Two balls and no strikes. The Angels hoping to get an offensive boost. Perhaps as early as next week. Cole Calhoun is supposed to start a AAA rehab tomorrow. And appears to be a short rehab. At least that's the plan. Remember, he had that severely sprained ankle several weeks ago. Josh Hamilton progressing nicely. This one's yanked foul. 2-1. No timetable for his return as of yet.
Taking batting practice today during early BP. When you think about it, though, you don't have your leadoff hitter, your cleanup hitter, and your number 6 hitter, David Freese, yet you're 3 games over 500.
Spoke to David today, and he was feeling much better, throwing today, then swinging the bat. He could go on a quick rehab. He doesn't feel like it's going to take too long for him either. All the while, though, the Angels have maintained 3 games over 500. Hamilton playing in just 8 games, and he was off to a fantastic start. The hope is he can come back in and just kind of continue where he left off.
Yeah, his swing right away in spring training after missing some time with the calf injury. He was hitting the ball well right away there, too.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Plan for Hamilton is to start a rehab in about 7 to 10 days. Dane De La Rosa was here as well. Saw him today.
Yeah, he looks good. I talked to him today. I know he had a little bit of a setback, but it feels real good today, his arm.
In the dirt, full count. So you conceivably could have all three guys back by end of May.
3 full counts so far in this game for Tyler Skaggs. 79 pitches now thrown.
Will Myers on deck. Leadoff single and a wild pitch, putting Forsythe at second base. Big lead for him. And he walked him. That is the first free pass issued by Tyler. Now he'll have to deal with Myers with a couple of men on. A 1-0 game, and we're just in the 6th inning.
First walk of the game for Skaggs. Now Mike Butcher going to go out to talk. Tyler and Chris Iannetta.
Myers has looked really comfortable at the plate against Tyler Skaggs, although 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout.
Yeah, he pulled a first pitch fastball way out, but foul. That second at bat in which he eventually struck out. He's grounded into 4 double plays this year. You get a ground ball in the infield, you can get 2. Talked about momentum. Bedard got through that inning, did not allow a run, and Tampa Bay right away 2 runners on with no outs.
It's a big time meeting right there. It's like a shareholders meeting.
The conversation is, what pitch can we throw to get a double play ball?
One run, 5 hits, 1 error, 3 left on for the Rays. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 4 left on for the Angels. And now Myers Apparently needs some more pine tar. Didn't have enough from the batter's box, or from the on-deck circle to the batter's box.
Especially with that long conversation on the mound to begin with.
Yeah, just didn't quite feel right.
Very good with runners in scoring position, Will Myers.
One ball, no strikes. Rays as a team, .255 batting average with men in scoring position. They're almost the opposite as far as the Angels. Their home and road splits. .278 at home, .230 out on the road. But still have picked up 5 hits. Took the lead in the second inning with 3 singles. This one's down the right field line. Tailing away from COWGILL, headed toward the seats. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. A lot of whip in that bat for Will Myers. Strong kid, just 23 years of age.
Yeah, very good when he gets his arms extended. Again, likes pitches up. You can sink something down and away. That's the ball you can get a ground ball double play with.
Chopper to the left side, has the go off the glove of Jimenez and into left field. That'll bring in a run. Longoria heads to third and trying to go to second as Myers, and Green casually just lobs the baseball back in. So it's 2-0 Rays. And Myers will get credit for an RBI double.
What a ground ball. It may be best served for Ibar. It looked like he was in position. More of a backhand for him. And Green taking his time getting that in. Still getting acclimated to left field position. But if he gets that in quickly, they have a play at second base. Now you got 2 runners in scoring position now.
Oh, regardless how many games played in the outfield, it's rather elementary to get the baseball back into the infield as quick as possible. Keep that double play in order. Instead, you got second and third, nobody out, infield in. Sean Rodriguez at the plate. Takes a strike. Rodriguez a line out and a ground out, both to Ibar. 2-0 Rays as we play here in the 6th inning. Nobody out. Next pitch for Skaggs will be his 85th of the night. This one's out to shallow center field. Trout comes racing in. He's there. 1 out. Longoria not going anywhere, walking back to the bag.
Big out for Skaggs and the Angels.
So it'll bring up Loney. A single and a strikeout for the Rays first baseman.
The infield continues to stay in. Howie taking a few steps back with Longoria at third base.
Loney's been deadly in these situations. .357 batting average of men in scoring position. No balls and a strike.
Well, he almost had a shot at it, Chris, throwing it down to Jimenez.
Oh, 1 on the way. Lays off the breaking ball. At .357 batting average with men in scoring position for Loney, 10th in the American League. David Murphy at the Cleveland Indians leads. .483 average with men in scoring position.
And the reason why Loney's very effective in these situations because he doesn't try to hit a home run. He's just trying to hit the ball the other way. He's got gap power, especially left center field. He's looking to make contact and looking for something elevated hit in the air.
Longoria at third, Myers at second. And that is a foul ball or a dead ball hit by pitch. I call it a foul ball. Hesitation there by Vic Carapazza. No argument from Loney.
Fastball up and in. It's around the label of the bat. He tried to turn away from that fastball in.
Yunel Escobar on deck. 1-2 on the way. Breaking pitch. Down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 89 pitches thrown for Tyler. He's had to work in 2 innings. As far as stress is concerned, the second limited that to just 1 run. And did that in 13 pitches. And now here the 6th, in which he allowed the first 3 to reach. Single, a walk, and an RBI double for getting Sean Rodriguez hit that fly ball to shallow center. 2-2. This one's pulled down the line. Crone can't get it. He was playing off the line. Longoria will come in to score, as will Myers. It is 4-0 Rays. Single for Loney, picks up his RBIs number 23 and 24 on the season.
Boy, fastball in. Crone playing well off the line, anticipating something maybe away. That ground ball just down the line for a single. 2 runs scored. Loney continues to hit well in those situations.
Kevin Jepson getting ready now. 3 runs in, 4-0 Rays here in the 6th inning. As Loney picks up his 2nd hit of the ball game. And here's Escobar's 1 for 2. He singled to lead off the 5th. Want to know. Strike at the knees. 1-1. Escobar asking Carapazza where that pitch was at.
It took a little time to call that pitch, but looked like it got the bottom part of the strike zone.
This one pulled to third. Jimenez will feed Kendrick for 1. Relay on to first. It's an inning-ending double play. Both Rays strike for 3 runs on 3 hits. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. With Trout, Pujols, Kendrick coming up. The Angels down 4-0.
Here in the bottom of the 6th. And here's our Carlos Jr. Sports Update, the scoreboard. Aaron Hicks, walk-off singles. Minnesota beats Boston. Toronto, Edwin Encarnacion, 2 home runs, drove in 3. As Toronto beats Cleveland. Kansas City, Baltimore. Baltimore, Nelson Cruz, big 2-run home run, the difference in there. And the Yankees win again, another shutout. Alfonso Soriano, double, the only run of the game for the Yankees. Back-to-back shutouts against the Metropolitans.
Angelo's trying to figure out Eric Bedard here in the 6th inning. Trout, Pujols, Kendrick. Bedard's allowed just 2 hits, a single and a double, 1 walk. Trout looks at a strike. Mike is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and an error. Reached on an error, I should say, by Escobar. And that was in the 4th inning. 2-base error, but he was stranded at third base. That pitch is called a strike by Vic Carapazza. Trout thought that pitch was down low. 1-2. Bedard with 3 strikeouts.
Breaking ball. Hannigan sets up a target and gets the lower part of the strike zone.
Did miss by much, and it's a full count.
And Hannigan tried to bring it back to the outside corner.
Three-two on the way. Swing and a miss. Fastball up and away. 1 down.
Well, it's amazing how firm an 89-mile-an-hour fastball can look after some slow curveballs at 73. Good balance, and it goes upstairs with a fastball and gets it by Trout at 89. That 16-mile-an-hour differential between the slow curveball and that fastball is the reason why he's late and doesn't make contact.
Yeah, chasing a pitch perhaps that was out of the strike zone. Mike's put himself in that position over the last 3-4 weeks. That breaking ball is in for a strike on Pujols. Albert is 0 for 2 with a fly ball to left and a fly ball to right. And credit Eric Bedard tonight the fact that he's made pitches when he's needed to. Gotten the outs. Those crucial situations.
Helped out by some solid defensive plays also. Just 1 walk allowed for Bedard.
He's at 74 pitches, yet the Rays have action going in their bullpen.
2 hits allowed, 1 walk.
Last start against Cleveland threw 101 pitches. And this one's down to left field line, a hooking foul and out of play. So 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's part of his game plan. When he throws his fastball off the plate, it's very difficult for a hitter to keep it fair.
Two and two. Brandon Gomes, the right-hander, getting ready. Rays 9th in the American League as far as the staff ERA. Starters at 4.12. Their bullpen at 4.36.
A lot of different arms in their bullpen this year as compared to what we've seen the last couple of years.
And it is surprising. I mean, unless Bedard dealing with something that we don't know about, that he's been at cruise control for the most part. Should have somebody warming up. And Pujols strikes out swinging. So back-to-back strikeouts for the veteran lefty. He has 5 in a game, and here comes Kendrick.
Almost the exact same sequence for Bedard against Pujols that he did against Trout. Well, he is pitching. Changing speeds, spotting the fastball.
Howie twice has grounded out, once the third and once the second. Went around that hard breaking pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitching clinic put on by Bedard so far.
At this point, if you're the Angels, you're hoping that Joe Maddon goes down to the bullpen. The way he's been throwing.
This is a bouncer back up the middle. It's a base hit, a 2-out single. And it'll bring up C.J. Cron, who's 0 for 2. Fly to left. Nice play by Geyer on a dive. And then that deep fly ball to left center field that Desmond Jennings made a terrific play on. Base hit by Kendrick, the 3rd hit the Angels have picked up tonight. Go with a slow breaking ball. Mike Scioscia going with a right-handed lineup against Bedard. But the way he's pitched against the Angels of late, might as well just go lefties up there.
Lefties 250 against Bedard this year. Righties 231.
This is a broken bat single out to shallow right.
That's what baseball is all about.
Howie's trying to go to third with 2 outs, and he is in there safely.
2 well-hit baseballs by Cron, and then a flare into the outfield. Gets a hit.
Baseball gods, right?
Yep. Although he would take the 2-run home run instead. Shatters the bat. Well, it's a dangerous play by Howie to be able to get in there to third base, especially down by 4, and then arm for Will Myers.
So first and third and 2 outs. Here's Eric Ibar. A walk and a ground out. 0 for 1 tonight.
One thing about Bedard, he's never pitched more than 6 innings in any start this year. 5 2/3 right now.
A 1-0 count. And he has pitched Ibar differently, knowing that the Eric's had limited success against him. Very careful. The only walk, as a matter of fact, that the left-handers issued was to Ibar as a leadoff man in the 5th inning. That was the inning in which Grant Green had the double. 2-0. Originally called out at second base, but Mike Scioscia appealed and call got overturned. The Halos hit second and third and 1 out, and unable to cash in those runs. Rays striking for 3 in the 6th. It's where we stand right now. 4-0 Rays here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Outfield is shaded to pull for Ibar from the right side. That's a bouncer under the glove of Loney into right. A whiff by James Loney. Cron will end up at third, and the Angels get on the board. It's 4-1 Rays.
Maybe that's the break the club needs to get back in this game. Loney is a very good fielding first baseman. Fastball up and in. Under the glove. Joe Maddon looks like he's going to go to the bullpen.
That is an error on James Loney, his 3rd, so no RBI for Eric Ibar. And with Chris Iannetta coming up, he's going to go to the right-hander, Brandon Gomes. And Iannetta saw 2 pitches against Bedard with a couple of fly ball outs. So that's it for Bedard. He's done after 86 pitches. The Angels strike for a run here in the 6th inning with 2 outs, looking for more. Rays still lead at 4-1. It was a 2-out single by Howie Kendrick that kind of started this rolling for the Angels. Cron with a base hit that broke his bat. And then Ibar, the ground ball that went underneath the glove of James Loney for an error. So Bedard is done. It's our in and out. Who's in, who's out. Brandon Gomes, the right-hander, now on in relief.
Brandon Gomes fastball 89-94, cut fastball, split finger fastball, throws quite a few cut fastballs.
Gomes 18 games, 2-2 record so far this year. There's the numbers for Bedard.
Well, his last 2 starts versus the Angels, very, very good. It's 1 earned run. And Ibanez is going to pinch hit here now.
Three infielders on the right side. First one from Gomes is inside, an off-speed pitch.
Split finger fastball started Ibanez with.
Ibanez hitting 146 in 34 games, 3 home runs, 19 runs batted in, 2 for 7 as a pinch hitter with 3 runs batted in.
Lefty's hitting 323 versus Gomes. Versus righties 205.
12 strikeouts, 6 walks for him. 19 in the 3rd innings. Crone over at third base, Ibar at first. Fastball in there for a strike. Good velo at 93. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Gomes originally in the San Diego Padres organization. Got traded to the Rays prior to 2011. Two balls, 1 strike.
This is the 19th appearance. Quite a few appearances out of the bullpen for the Rays pitchers, especially with all those key starters not being available this year.
2-1 on the way. Off speed, rolled foul. So we're evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grant Green on deck. There's the 2-2. This is looped out towards shallow left field. That's going to fall in for a knock. Ibar will slam on the brakes and stay at second, even though Longoria was playing at the shortstop position.
Yeah, you can't take that chance at that point. Have a shot at making third base, but the reality is you're in scoring position. Well done. Raul Ibanez coming off the bench again, an RBI single. Joe Madden looks like he's going to go back out to the bullpen.
Oh, there's a lefty working in the bullpen. And Grant Green, a right-handed batter coming up. Joe is making that slow walk out there, and that's going to be it for Gomes. A 1-batter situation. He gives up the hit. We've got ourselves our second pitching change here in the 6th. Jake McGee, the lefty, coming on. And it's a 4-2 Rays lead. Sixth inning, Raul Ibanez with an RBI pitch hit single. And that sends Joe Matt back out to the mound. Brandon Gomes is done. It's Jake McGee coming in, the lefty. Fireballer, 2-0 record, a 1.59 ERA in 18 games, 17 innings, 11 hits allowed, 16 strikeouts, and 5 walks.
Yeah, fastballs 94 to 98. Those quite a few fastballs, occasional curveball. But in the past, we've seen from McGee, he can get wild. Although he's only walked 5 batters this year. He's known to be erratic around the strike zone.
A big error by James Loney on the ball that Ibar hit, kind of opened things up for the Halos. Scored twice, looking for more. All of these runs unearned. We'll see what Grant Green can do. With a fly ball to left center field, tracked down by Desmond Jennings in the third inning. A double to the alley in right center field in the fifth.
Well, if he can hit one in the left center field, this game is going to end up being tied. Huge gap in left center field for Grant Green.
Yeah, Desmond Jennings really shading him over into Howie Kendrick territory in right center field. First one in at the knees for a strike. 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Corner outfielders playing straight up. That's Geyer at left, Myers at right. Eric Ibar, the base runner, at second, and Ibanez over at first. '97, 0-2. You're
going to get nothing but fastballs for the most part against McGee. Over 90% of his pitches so far this year have been fastballs.
Oh, 2 pitch. A swing and a miss. That one by Grant Green, and that will do it for the Halos here in the 6th. But they do strike for 2 runs on 3 hits and an error. We'll head to the 7th. Tampa Bay on top 4-2. Braves on top by the score of 4-2. Hey, now it's time for that AT&T fan photo of the game. Remember to tweet your photos using hashtag WestFanPhoto, and your photo could be used in an upcoming game broadcast. David, great picture. We appreciate it as always. Hashtag WestFanPhoto. Send them in, and
Pretty happy.
yeah. Raul Ibanez stays in the game. He is in left field, and Hank Conger takes over behind the plates. Conger will bat in the 8th spot in the order, vacated by Grant Green, who just struck out in the 6th inning. The Rays here in the 7th have 8, 9, and 1. Geyer, Hannigan, and Jennings. Kevin Jepson still loosening in the pen. Tyler Skaggs has thrown 93 pitches, 61 for strikes, 5 punch outs, 1 walk. This one's pulled foul. Geyer, scouting report based on 2 previous plate appearances. Likes to swing early in the count.
Looking for a fastball.
RBI single in the 2nd inning. A sacrifice bunt in the 5th. This one driven out toward right center field. Hit pretty well. COWGILL giving chase. Pulls up, and that one is gone. An opposite field home run by Geyer, and the Rays get one of those runs back. It's 5-2.
Well, we talked about the way the baseball was carrying this way. That ball just kept going to right center field. Geyer, first home run of the year. 2nd hit of the game. Away. And it carried very well to right center field.
That's going to be it for Tyler Skaggs, giving up the opposite field home run with nobody out here. The 7th of pitching change. Kevin Jepson coming in. 5-2 Tampa Bay. For the old mouth guard there. It's a good place to put it just in case. He just homered off Tyler Skaggs, making it 5-2 Tampa Bay. Be sure to stick around after the last out. Angels Live postgame presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers as Kevin Jepson takes over on the mound here in the 7th inning. Nobody out, nobody on. 9-1-2 now for Jepson after that home run by Geyer.
His 4th of his career, 1st this season for Geyer.
Ryan Hannigan, the catcher, has grounded out and is struck out. 6+ innings for Skaggs. 8 hits, including the home run. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, 5 runs, all earned. Hannigan skies one down the right field line. COWGILL comes racing in. Crone into foul territory. And no play.
Long way for Crone to go catch that baseball.
Command was an issue early on. A lot of pitches up in the strike zone for him.
Team 6-1 in his 7 starts. It's really just one start. It wasn't good for Tyler. That was against the Rangers.
Jepson pitching in his 17th game. No record of 5.40 ERA. 13 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 20 strikeouts, and 7 walks. First action for Kevin since Monday's game against the Blue Jays. Went 1 inning and down with 2 punch outs. 2-1 now. Rays getting a run in the second, 3 in the sixth, 1 so far here in the seventh. First of the year, 4th in his big league career. Three and 1. Angels in the bottom of the 7th inning. Looks like they'll be facing Jake McGee once again. And Jimenez, COWGILL, and Trout coming up. Bedard ended up giving up 2 runs, both unearned. It is 5 2/3. Full count. Hannigan maybe felt a little tweak there on that check swing, kind of shaking his right hand as he walked around the batter's box. Desmond Jennings on deck. 3-2 on the way, and he walked him. 9th place hitter draws a walk with nobody out here in the 7th. Back to the top of the order we go now. Jennings 0 for 3.
Jennings looking down at Tom Ford, the third base coach, to see some play being put on, whether it's a bunt or hit and run.
Shows bunt, looks at a strike. He's grounded out twice and struck out, so he's 0 for 3.
Joe Madden relaying the signal down the Foley.
9th season for Joe Madden as the manager. He's kept that staff pretty much intact. Fouled off to the right. 0-2 count.
I think at some point his bench coach Dave Martinez is going to get an opportunity to manage in Major League. He's done some interviews for some clubs. I think he's going to be a guy that's going to be a manager at some point.
Trend right now is a lot of former bigger name guys with no experience getting the opportunities. Slider in the dirt. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hannigan, the catcher, not going anywhere from first. David DeJesus has come out to the on-deck circle. He'll be batting at DH spot. Logan Forsythe had been occupying throughout the game. DeJesus, a left-handed batter. Overthrown breaking pitch evens up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
DeJesus has always hit well against the Angels. He's been swinging the bat well of late also. Zeus, a career .324 hitter against the Angels.
Jennings helping out Jepson there. Kevin getting ahead at 0-2 and just unable to finish off Jennings here. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. $34,441 paid attendance here at the Big A tonight. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. 1 down.
Kind of want a changeup. Changeup from Jepson. That's a pitch he's feeling more and more comfortable to throw, even to a right-handed batter. An 85-mile-an-hour changeup.
So DeJesus will bat with 1 out, 1 on. Rays outfielder hitting .272, 4 home runs, 14 runs batted in, 0 for 6 as a pinch hitter. Forsythe, the DH, and I ended up going 1 for 3. He singled to lead off that 6th inning. Rays eventually scoring 3 times against Skaggs in that frame. Good off-speed pitch. He's just trying to figure out the Rays bullpen. Last 3 innings here tonight. See if they're trying to climb out from underneath this 3-run deficit.
Their bullpen ERA higher than their starters, so there's an opportunity to keep it close.
Foul back. No balls, 2 strikes. Longoria on deck. Hannigan standing over at first base. A walk for him. Overthrown breaking pitch, and DeJesus somehow got out of the way of that one.
Somehow Conger kept that close enough to keep Hannigan to first base. I don't know how that didn't hit him on the bounce.
One ball, 2 strikes. Figure change it that you got him to swing at first pitch would be a pretty decent option.
Yeah, because he doesn't have a feel for his slider today. He's overthrown that one. Better chance with his changeup. And he tried it. Missed that at his own.
The game has come to a screeching halt here in the 7th. A time between pitches. 5-2 Rays here in the 7th inning. I think Conger got crossed up or didn't see the baseball. Almost like he was anticipating a breaking ball there.
And the way he reached for the changeup.
Seventeen pitches thrown by Kevin so far. Full count with 1 out. Hannigan doesn't go, and DeJesus lifts one out to left. The Binders is there. 2 down. Here comes Longoria. 0 for 2 tonight. The 6th inning he walked against Skaggs. The only free pass that Tyler issued tonight to go with the 5 strikeouts. Howie swings over to the left side of the infield. And Crone just playing right in front of Hannigan at first base. First one to Longoria. Lifted foul and into the seats on the first base side. So it's no balls and 1 strike. Rays tonight with 8 hits. Swinging a foul tip. No balls, 2 strikes.
Cardi on that 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Jepson.
Rays getting one of the runs back that the Halos put on the board in the bottom of the 6th inning with Brandon Guyer, the left fielder, homering off Skaggs out to right center field. 2-hit game for Guyer, the 8th place hitter. 2 runs batted in for him. Also, there's a sacrifice bunt. A little bit high. 1-2.
Think about Joe Madden. He utilized that entire 25-man roster. Instills a lot of confidence in no matter who he puts in the lineup. Geyer being one of them tonight.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Well, more than likely just a 1-inning stint for Kevin. 22 pitches thrown here in the 7th. Right down the middle. 11 balls, 11 strikes. A walk, a strikeout, and a fly ball to left. So it's fouled back. The upper deck. So we're still at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jared Weaver going for the Halos tomorrow night. 7:05 start, 6:05 start on Saturday at C.J. Wilson, and 12:35 on Sunday.
Boy, Weaver's been locked in of late.
Lays off the off-speed pitch. And a full count with 2 outs. That means Hannigan's going to take off for the pitch. Will Myers is on deck. Three full counts in this inning for Jepson. There goes Hannigan. The 3-2 lifted down the right field line, slicing foul, and bounces off the warning track into the seats. So we'll reset and do it again. Hannigan almost got to third base. Only one other game still going on currently. Limited schedule on this Thursday. San Francisco leading the Marlins 6-4 up at AT&T Park. That game's in the 8th.
Well, San Francisco has played some exceptional baseball this year.
The 2 games that are currently ongoing, everything else a final. Toronto won over Cleveland 4-2, Minnesota over Boston, and Baltimore over Kansas City. Another 3-2, and that looked like a pretty good pitch, a changeup, but it missed inside. It's a walk, the second issued by Jepson. So Will Myers will come to the plate now.
Changeup just off the inside corner.
Myers, the right fielder, 2-hit game. Single and a double, an RBI and a run scored. Oh, and 1. Kevin doing his part to maintain the Rays atop the leaderboard as far as time of game. One. Oh, it's been a hot topic for a lot of folks. The length of games and trying to keep young people interested, viewers interested in games. And you get teams that are averaging 310, 315, 320. To me,
there's easy fixes to it, really.
Yeah, adhere to the rule book.
Yes.
1-1 pitch. 2 balls and a strike. And the bullpen, the minute a bullpen comes into a game, for whatever the reason, the games stop.
Just basically just make sure the pitchers throw pitches at a certain time. It's in the rule book. You're only allowed a certain amount of time in between pitches. And also, when that phone rings and you're coming in the game, get to that mound as quick as possible.
Doesn't help from Kevin's standpoint in this situation here that unable to just finish off guys. He's about to throw his 30th pitch of this inning. And it not only has an impact on tonight's game, it has an impact on tomorrow's game. You throw 30 pitches, 35 pitches, you may not be available for tomorrow. It's there's a residual effect to all that stuff.
That's the thing, is as a reliever, you want as many opportunities to be able to get into games as possible. That's how you become consistent.
2-1, lifted in the air to right. Whatever Mike Butcher said worked. Collin COWGILL comes in. So no damage for the Rays, other than the fact that Geyer had the leadoff home run off Tyler Skaggs. 7th inning stretch time, 5-2 Tampa Bay. Bottom of the 7th inning, 5-2 Tampa Bay. The Halos will have Jimenez, COWGILL, and Trout coming up for the Angels here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's Jake McGee still in the ball game. He came in and threw 3 pitches right by Grant Green to get the strikeout to finish off that threat. Angels scoring twice in the 6th, both unearned runs, with Eric Bedard going 5 2/3. We'll see what the Angels could do against the left-hander.
Certainly had to wait a long time in between innings. He did.
Trying to figure out what took him so long to get the warm-up pitches in. You get 8 of them. Vic Carapazza, the home plate umpire, just signaled with his right hand and said, "Let's go, let's move it along."
Tried to sneak in an extra pitch or two because of that length of a half inning.
Michael Morin begins to loosen for the Angels. Joel Peralta getting ready for the Rays. That right there, the human rain delay. He has taken over Mike Hargrove's title. You can put a clock on him between pitches. It'll hit 30 seconds, it seems like, every time. Luis Jimenez 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Five hits for the Angels, 8 for the Rays. As we play in the bottom of the 7th, and the first one's in for a strike. As you pointed out, with Grant Green at the plate, no surprises from Jake McGee. Here it is.
Fastball after fastball. It's an occasional breaking ball.
Watch out.
Not a lot of differential between pitches. 98, 95.
This one's fouled back. Just below us. 1 ball, 2 strikes. McGee's been a mainstay. Joe Madden in his bullpen. Last 4 seasons, now 5th season. A little bit of a down year last year. That's a called strike 3. 98-mile-per-hour fastball. I guess Luis was looking for a breaking ball there. 1 down. Last year, McGee 4.02 ERA in 71 starts.
He paints the outside corner, an unhittable pitch at 98.
Not 71 starts. That would be an incredible feat in a 162 game schedule.
Even Cy Young didn't do that back in the day.
71 games, all in relief. He had a 1.95 ERA.
That is impressive. 71 starts.
That you should be able to parlay that into a pretty good free agent contract if you could guarantee, I can go out there 71 starts for you.
Even if you go 500, you got 35 W's.
Colin Cowgill 0 for 3 in that leadoff spot. A line out, a strikeout, and a ground out. This one's out to the alley in right center field, and that'll get down for a base hit. So 1 out single puts a man on for Mike Trout.
We might see Peralta here soon. Trout coming up.
Trout 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts. Reached on the error by Escobar back in the 4th. Fastball right down the pipe for a strike. Mike continues to take those pitches. Getting around, teams are well aware of it.
Trying to get ahead with fastballs against him.
Trout backing out at the plate. Long hold for McGee in the 0-1. Down and away. Almost tried to quicken up his pace there.
Just throw off the timing of Trout.
That hit him. So the Angels will have 2 men on now with Albert coming up. They're trying to get that inside corner.
Not only got Trout, but got Hannigan. Off the arm and the chest. Pujols. That bicep area and off the chest of Hannigan. Pujols with an opportunity with 1 swing at the back and tie the game.
Albert to 0 for 3. Fly to left, fly to right to strike out. Cowgill at second, Trout at first. Good speed on the bases. First one's outside. By the way, that's the second time this year that Trout's been hit by a pitch.
Well, I bet there's a time set up for Pujols to be able to tie this up with a swing. It's against McGee, a fastball thrower. Pujols, a fastball hitter. He's done it a ton in his career.
One ball, one strike. COWGILL with a base hit the right field with 1 out. Trout hit by a pitch. 1-1 on the way. Off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. First time that Pujols has ever faced McGee.
He's trying to stay away, force Pujols. If he's going to hit a home run, it's going to have to be to center or right center field.
Howie Kendrick on deck. And now here comes Jim Hickey, the pitching coach.
And Hickey's done a very good job with this staff over the last couple of seasons.
There's a look at the rest of the 4-game series. Archer and Weaver tomorrow, 6:30 Angels live. Saturday, Ramos and Wilson, 5:30 Angels live. That is Saturday fireworks spectacular. And then on Sunday, David Price, Matt Shoemaker, 12:35 first pitch, noon Angels live. And of course, after the game on Sunday, this being Armed Forces weekend, the Purple Heart baseball game. Great hitters count at 2 balls and a strike with 1 out. Good speed on the bases. 3 infielders on the left side. And this is out towards center field. Desmond Jennings has a beat on it, moving to his left. COWGILL will tag and head to third. Trout tags, trying to go to second base, and he is out at second. Mike Trout telling Jim Reynolds that he missed him, so Mike Scioscia is going to come out and we'll probably get a review here. Remember, the Angels have a review because they won their previous review.
So she's going to look in right away, take a shot at this. The long slide, hand in.
There, huh?
You got the hand in before tag again on the chest area.
It's a left hand coming in, and you have the hands there before chest tag. It's that little, not a swim move, but kind of pulling that right shoulder back is what kind of allowed him to get that hand there. Dangerous play, obviously, because you put yourself in a position to get out of the inning, or be out of the inning, I should say. So the ruling on the field is out. Second time we've challenged a call by Jim Reynolds. Angels won that call the last time.
Same type of play too, where Green looked like he got his left hand on the base before Escobar tagged him. Green, and same thing here against Trout.
Unlike Green, though, Trout came up immediately saying that he missed him. Green just picked up his helmet and ran off the field. So Bill Miller, the crew chief, and Jim Reynolds, the second base umpire, listening in. The replay officials back in New York.
Ruling on the field was out, and he moves his right hand away and reaches with his left hand.
Yeah, it looked like the tag was applied on that right shoulder area,
just like the last time with Green.
Jake McGee throwing the occasional warm-up pitch. If the play is overturned, it'll be Howie Kendrick coming up to the plate. Boy, now we're just getting that one off the end of the bat.
Making a long time here. They're going to make sure they get that definitive look.
Safe at second. So another overturned call. Angels on the replay tonight. 2-0. Jim Reynolds, the second base umpire, 0 for 2. So COWGILL at third, Trout at second. It's the left hand that gets in there before the tag is applied on the chest.
The tag again on that chest and shoulder area, the right arm, and able to get the left hand in.
So with all that, there's a pitching change. Joel Peralta is coming into the ball game. 5-2 Tampa Bay. Joel Peralta comes in and replaces Jake McGee, the left-hander. Peralta pitching now in his 19th game. 1-3 record, a 6.19 ERA. 16 innings, 17 hits, 13 strikeouts, 6 walks.
Peralta fastball 87-92. Curveball, split finger fastball. Throws a ton of curveballs and split finger fastballs.
Howie Kendrick will step up. Howie 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. COWGILL, the base runner, at third base. Trout at second base. Outfield straight around. Will Myers shallow and right. First one on the way. Breaking ball is in there. Joe Smith starting to loosen now for the Angels. Peralta with a couple of deep breaths before getting his sign. Oh, 1. Howie laces it foul and out of play. Snowball's 2 strikes. Now Peralta wants to do baseball. The old broken record for the Angels, though. I've said this a number of times this year. They've had their opportunities. 1 for 9 tonight with men in scoring position. Howie's base hit in the 6th inning. Back up the middle. Oh, 2. Little chopper up the third base line. LONGORIA fields it. That is a foul ball. Home plate umpire Vic Carapazza making that call.
Right down the line and then kicks. Foul. Clearly on the other side of the line. And Howie another opportunity to be able to potentially drive in 2 runs.
So after conversation with Hannigan, Peralta needs to have a conversation with Escobar, the shortstop. Another 0-2. A swing and a miss. Down goes Kendrick as Peralta strikes him out on the off-speed pitch. 7 of the books. It is 5-2 Tampa Bay. CarMax. Start here. And by Mercury Insurance. Save big on your auto insurance. Get a fast, free quote at mercuryinsurance.com today and see how much you can save. Top of the 8th inning, 5-2. Tampa Bay on top. New pitcher on. It is Michael Moore taking over for Kevin Jemison, who ended up throwing a scoreless 7th inning. 2 walks, a hit, and a strikeout. Moore pitching. Here in the 8th inning, will take on Rodriguez, Loney, and Escobar.
Moore has thrown an excellent changeup, both left-handed and right-handed batters. Fastball, 90 to 94 range. Good breaking ball also.
7 innings of work, 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Peralta striking out Howie Kendrick with runners at 2nd and 3rd base. Final out in that 7th inning. Looks like he'll be coming back out for the 8th. The Angels will have Crone, Ibarn, and Bañez in the bottom of the 8th inning. Good off-speed pitch as Rodriguez hacking first pitch. Getting to start at 2nd base with Ben Zobrist on the disabled list. Rodriguez 0 for 3. Hit a fly ball to center field in the 6th inning as that was his last time up. This one jacked foul, another off speed.
Well, you see Michael Moore look in. You almost see Jonathan Papelbon the way he looks in at the sign.
Ground ball to the left side. Jimenez has it. 1 down.
And that's that plus changeup. Warren has Rodriguez well out in front. Slow ground ball to Jimenez to get the first out.
Here's James Loney. A couple of singles. 2 runs batted in. Snuck that single between C.J. Crone and the foul line in the 6th inning. It brought in 2 runs. Rays scoring 3 runs in that 6th inning. Those were all against Skaggs. 6 innings. Loney hits one out to center. Trout is there. 2 down. So 3 pitches, 3 strikes for Michael. That'll bring up YUNEL ESCOBAR, the shortstop. Escobar tonight is singled, rolled into a double play, and reached down the fielder's choice. That's a 1-for-3 night. No action in either bullpen, so Peralta will be coming back out for the 8th inning. And with that, I figure Grant Balfour will come in the 9th. Balfour's had his issues this year as well. 7 saves for the Rays.
6 pitches thrown so far in this inning for Mike Warren. 6 strikes. 2 outs already.
Fouled off to the right again. Another fastball.
Oh, good fastball. That at 95.
Off speed, hammered down the left field line, but hooking foul. They'll reset it, do it again. That one tailed up and in.
Yeah, that's the one he tries to, usually on a right-handed batter, he'll try to cut his changeup away from a right-handed batter. That one ended up going in the inner half, a dangerous spot.
Down and away. First ball he has thrown. Brandon Geyer is on deck. The Angels at the bottom of the 8th on C.J. Crow and Eric Ibart. Roll the Banez coming up. Bounce it right back to the mound. Fields it cleanly in the 1-2-3 inning for more. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Rays still lead it 5-2. As we begin the bottom of the 8th inning, Crone 1 for 3, singled and scored in that 6th inning. Brad Balfour, man on the left. I think Boxberger's just playing catch, but it would be Balfour if they get into a situation here. First one on the way. Breaking ball in for a strike.
Now Peralta just about the opposite of McGee. McGee tons of fastballs. Peralta a lot of off speed between curveballs and split finger fastballs.
One ball, one strike. I think the rule that's in play is at 12 seconds between pitches
Yes.
with nobody on base.
Yes.
Fouled back. 1-2.
Well, it wasn't that long ago they were really enforcing that too.
This one's popped up. Loney going into foul territory. Makes the catch. Crone retired for the first down here in the 8th. So 2 batters that Peralta has faced. He's retired both of them. And Eric Ibar will step to the plate. Ibar tonight 0 for 2. Ground out a walk and reached on the arrow by Loney. Kept the inning going for the Angels in that 6th inning. First one is a breaking ball for a strike. I had time between pitches here and I looked it up. It's rule 8.04. When the bases are unoccupied, the pitcher shall deliver the ball to the batter within 12 seconds after he receives the ball.
Or it's a ball will be issued.
That is correct. The umpire shall call a ball. No balls and 2 strikes. I think there needs to be something adopted or amended to that, even with the guy on base. May not be 12 seconds, but.
Or at least be on the pitching rubber at that point. Or if you hold the ball to be able to try to stop a potential stolen base, fine. But if you're on the rubber, at least there's contact with the rubber and you'll be able to throw a ball at some point.
Oh, 2 now to Eric. Upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Peralta is as guilty as anyone. You mentioned as far as averages, time between pitches. A swing and a foul tip Hagen dog by Hannigan. 2 down. Second strikeout that he's picked up. Remember Rafael Betancourt?
Yes. That was incredibly slow in between pitches. Split finger fastball, swing and miss.
Yeah, especially when he was with Cleveland. Joaquin Benoit for a long time too. It was very slow. Working, that is. 2 outs, nobody on, and Raul Ibanez at the plate. Raul pinch hit, picked up an RBI single in the 6th inning. Five runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, 5 left on for Tampa Bay. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors, 8 left on for the Angels. Looking forward to breaking this all down with Tim Salmon. Angels live post game coming up after the last out. Conger on deck. This one's pulled over to Loney. First baseman has it. And it's a 1-2-3 inning as the Angels go down in order. We hit to the ninth, 5-2 Rays. Of the Los Angeles Angels that may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Top of the ninth inning, 5-2 Tampa Bay. Here in the ninth, the Rays will set up 8-9-1. Geyer, Hannigan, and Jennings, and it is Fernando Salas taking over for Michael Morin. An easy 1-2-3 inning for Morin in the eighth inning.
Yeah, Morin through a lot of strikes, good all speed. 1-2-3. Now it's up to Fernando Salas to keep it at 3-run deficit here. 2-0, 3.60 ERA for Fernando.
Brandon Geyer tonight got the start out in left field. Singled home run to give the Rays a 1-0 lead in the second inning. That came with 2 outs against Tyler Skaggs. Had a sacrifice bunt in the fifth, then homered off Skaggs the opposite way in the seventh. At that point, made it 5-2, and that's where we still stand right now. Home run for Geyer, his first of the year. Salas, the third reliever used by Mike Scioscia. Skaggs pitched to Geyer in the seventh, and that was it. So he went 6. Jepson went 1, Morin 1, and now Salas here in the ninth. Grant Balfour still loosening in the bullpen, and looks like he'll be facing Conger, Jimenez, COWGILL at the bottom of the ninth. Peralta ends up going an inning and a third. 2 strikeouts. One and 2. Angels tonight 1 for 10 with men in scoring position, and mentioned it a number of times. If the Angels don't pitch almost perfect baseball, with the way the situational hitting has gone for this Angels team through the first 6-7 weeks of the year, and no home runs.
Yeah,
the long ball's
that's been going away for a while now. The home run ball. It's come down to some solid defense, taking advantage of some mistakes, and really good pitching from Mike Scioscia.
Two now. Full count. 0-2 to 3-2. Hannigan, the catcher, is on deck. Lifted in the air to shallow right. Cowgill calls off Howie. One away. There's Grant Balfour. Second stint with the Rays.
Thing to keep in mind, the Angels have had pretty good success against Balfour throughout their career. He's had some troubles against the Halos. Peralta, who just pitched an inning and third, has pitched very well against his former team. Here just over 2. He under that now with an inning and third, a shutout baseball.
Hannigan drew a walk his last time up. That was in the 7th. Hannigan thought that pitch was down below the knees. Game at San Fran, a final. So Giants defeat the Fish 6-4.
Giants with the best record in the National League. It's that every other year thing for the Giants.
27-15. Mentioned earlier, Toronto won, Minnesota won. Baltimore defeated Kansas City's Hannigan. Lifts one out to center. Oakland off tonight, Texas off. Same with Houston. Boy, Texas was bad news for them yesterday. I feel bad for Matt Harrison. Just obviously feel bad for Martin Perez and the whole epidemic of Tommy John surgeries that everyone is having to endure all of a sudden or go through. But Matt Harrison, they have 2 neck surgeries last year, missed all of the season pretty much, and then all of a sudden now has to make a real big decision. Could potentially impact his career. Just a shame.
He's a good guy, works hard.
Yeah.
Very big part of that rotation. It's been a depleted rotation for the Rangers.
You hate to hear anything happen to players, regardless of rivalries or other things that are, when you hear the term career threatening.
And no question about it, especially when you've seen guys try to battle their way back and become a pretty consistent winner, 18-game winner just a few seasons ago.
Yep.
Well, this game can't afford not to have people like Jose Fernandez and Matt Harvey and the likes out there pitching.
Cowgill moving over. Salas has himself a 1-2-3 ninth. We'll head to the round of the 9th inning. Hank Conger, Luis Jimenez, Colin Cowgill to face Grant Balfour. The Angels down by 3. 2. Hey, if the moon were made out of spare ribs, would you eat them?
Gray Dow? Yeah.
Because I know I would.
How'd you ever think of that one, though?
Will Ferrell doing Harry Carey. Brad Balfour comes into the ballgame.
Oh, Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
One of the all-timers.
7 saves, 4.70 ERA. Last 3 years with the Oakland Athletics, re-signing with the Tampa Bay Rays.
Hasn't really pitched well, like I mentioned before, against the Angels. ERA 5.30 for Brad Balfour against the Angels.
Hank Conger will have his first plate appearance. He came in as a defensive replacement when Ibanez pinch hit for Ryan back in the 6th inning. Hank took over behind the plate. So you've got a lefty, a righty, and a righty right now scheduled. Although Efren Navarro has come out to the on-deck circle, so he'll be pitch hitting for Luis Jimenez. Luis finishing the night going 1 for 3. Hank hitting .315 in 18 games this year. 4 doubles, 3 home runs, 13 runs batted in. .373 on base percentage. Of course, the bulk of his damage has come from the left side of the plate. Just 3 at-bats from the right side. Angels with 6 hits, the Rays with 8. 3 infielders on the right side, and Sean Rodriguez way out in shallow right field. Balfour delivers a strike, a fastball at 92. Peralta an inning and a third, 2 hits, everything else zeros. Pardon me, not 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. One ball, 1 strike.
Balfour still a good fastball, 90-95. Slider, curveball, changeup. A lot more sliders this year than in the past.
One on the way. That is in there, 1-2. Too often you see a closer going from a full windup. It's a bouncer foul. Count remains at 1-2. Halos have stranded 8 tonight. Rays have left 5 on base. Both starters, the pitchers of record. Skaggs giving up 5 runs and all earned at 6+. Eric Bedard allowed 2 runs, both unearned runs at 5 2/3, 4 hits, 5 strikeouts for the lefty. Balfour really taking his time, getting his shine. Two and 2. I believe that was 4 shakeoffs before finally agreeing to that last one.
Another slider. Quite a few sliders from Balfour. Over 42% of his pitches this season are sliders. He used to be a guy who would throw upwards of 70% of his pitches are fastballs. Shook off a slider for a fastball.
Full count. 8 base runners any way you can get them. Navarro, the pinch hitter, on deck. Then Colin Cowgill. And then Trout. If you get to that point.
Fastball away.
Okay. Fouls it back behind the plate. Hannigan coming back on the warning track and runs out of room. So we'll reset, do it again. Jared Weaver hanging out next to Mike Scioscia, ready to go for tomorrow night. Facing Chris Archer. Tonight we had lefties, tomorrow righties. Camel hat giveaway tomorrow. State Farm sponsored. Another 3-2. And that is ball 4. So the Angels get their leadoff man on board.
But you want some gift runners to allow at some point during this inning to at least bring the tying run to the plate.
Balfour has walked more than he has struck out this year. That's the 13th walk to go with 11 punch outs and 15 in the third innings. Now Efrain Navarro will come up. Efrain 5 games on that just completed road trip at .357, 5 for 14, 3 doubles, 2 runs batted in.
A real good job as far as pitches away, hitting the ball well to left center field.
Looks at a strike. Just a much different approach for Efrain Navarro at the plate than we've seen in previous call-ups. More calm, more, I don't know, he's collected.
A lot of trust in his hands.
0-2.
That's a pretty tough call to call that one a strike. See where this pitch was. See if it gets the outside corner, and it's off the outside corner.
Loney playing behind Conger at first as that one's outside. 1-2. Conger's run means nothing at this point, down by 3. Cowgill, then Trout. The inning continues. Pujols. Two balls, 2 strikes. Was it not Grant Balfour, the last pitcher that Albert Pujols faced last year? Off the top of my head, the base hit the left field, hits first base. That's when the plantar fasciitis gives away. Or was that the night before?
No, that sounds right.
Because I remember being pumped up about it, then all of a sudden he was done, and that was his last game for the rest of the season. Off the plate, full count. That was up at the Coliseum in Oakland. There's Albert.
You'd like an opportunity to be able to swing the bat again against Balfour. And Balfour has a lot of conversations with himself out on the mound. High energy pitcher.
Leadoff walk to Conger. Now a 3-2 count on Efrain Navarro. The pitch. And he walked up. So back-to-back walks puts 2 men on, and the tying run comes to the plate.
And that's a real good at bat for Navarro. Behind the count at 0-2 and end up working a walk. Very good eye for Navarro.
Joe Madden sends Jim Hickey out to the mound. Balfour's always been one of those guys that really adrenaline is going at all times. He is max effort the entire time. And sometimes you do have to reel that back in.
It helps him a lot, but it also at times can hurt him.
Brad Boxberger getting ready now for the Rays. There's Mr. Boxberger. Fullerton, California native. Makes his home in Mission Viejo.
Been erratic around the strike zone himself. 9 walks and 10 2/3, but 14 punch-outs.
Cowgill 1 for 4. He singled in the 7th inning. 2 men on. Trout on deck, and PUJOLS. ESCOBAR, the shortstop, cheating in a couple of steps, now moving to his right toward the hole at short. Rodriguez, the second baseman, playing toward the middle. A breaking pitch in for a strike. The sign for the base hit in the 7th inning. Cowgill's lined out, struck out, and grounded out. One ball, one strike. 15 pitches thrown now by Balfour. 8 balls, 7 strikes.
Again, he can get wild. He's had some problems throughout his career versus the Angels, and all of a sudden that's crept back in his mind. 2 walks to start this inning.
Hannigan back outside, 1-1. A breaking ball drops in there, 1-2.
The outfielders are playing pretty deep. No doubles defense. Flare into the outfield for COWGILL. Now he scores a run. Puts both runners on base with a potential winning run at the plate in Mike Trout.
Two and 2. Long look in for Balfour, wondering where that pitch was at. Mike Trout on deck. Hitless tonight, although he was hit in the 7th. Second time this year. Angels have managed 2 runs tonight on 6 hits, having stranded 8 base runners. They get back-to-back walks to start this 9th. Boxberger's ready to go on the bullpen if necessary. This is a base hit to the right side. Being waved around as Conger. Here comes a throw from Myers. It is cut off, and ending up at third base is Navarro. It is a 5-3 game with nobody out here in the 9th, and Trout coming up, and that's going to be it for Grant Balfour.
Talked about the Angels with success against Balfour. Well, no success for Balfour tonight.
Joe Madd making the slow walk out. So the Southern California product is coming into this ball game. Brad Boxberger taking over for Grant Balfour here in the 9th. Nobody out, 1 run in. Trout coming up. The Angels down by 2. of the bullpen with nobody out here in the ninth and 1 run in. It's the right-hander, 25-year-old, soon to be 26-year-old Brad Boxberger comes into this one. 9th game of the big leagues this year. No record, a 1.69 ERA. Young man born in Fullerton, went to Foothill High School in Tustin, then went to USC. First-round pick of the Reds, got traded to the San Diego Padres in that Edinson Volquez, Yonder Alonso deal, and then acquired in an offseason trade this offseason.
And Boxberger, good fastball, 91, 95, slider curve, but a plus changeup, his go-to pitch.
He's got Navarro standing at third base, Colin COWGILL at first. COWGILL is the tying run. Big hole on the right side, Rodriguez shading Trout toward the middle. First pitch, there's an off speed, and it's in there for a strike.
It's a plus changeup he has.
Has given up some walks this year. 10 2/3 innings, 9 walks. He's also picked up some strikeouts, 14 of them. Albert Pujols on deck. 0-1. Lays off. So back-to-back change pieces from Boxberger. Evens up the count at 1-1.
Boxberger had to be a teammate with Grant Green at SC. Some information from Grant Green against him.
First round pick by the Reds back in 2009.
Mike Trout has done it a lot in his career already. Just 22 years old, has never had a walk-off home run.
Breaking pitch out toward left. Going back on it is gone. A big fly. Walk-off style. And the Angels pick up the victory by the final of 6-5. Nothing Geyer can do in left.
And check that one off the bucket list. Now that is impressive. Mike Trout comes back home to Anaheim with a walk-off piece. Down 5-2, starting this 9th inning. But 4 runs, including a 3-run home run from Mike Trout. Yes, he does it all. Made an outstanding play in the first inning with the glove and walks off with a 3-run home run. So impressive. This pitch is down, and it is absolutely tattooed. No doubt about it. Well out of the ballpark for Mike Trout. And he did it. His first walk-off home run of his career. Great balance, bat through the baseball, and covered a long, long way for Mr. Mike Trout. So impressive. Jose mowed it down with the hero, Mike Trout, his first big league walk-off home run.
Thanks a lot, Mark. Well, you've done so many things in your career, individually as a team, but where does this one rank?
This is awesome. Huge win for us tonight. Keep it going. That's what I'm talking about.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't want to get soaked, but man, it felt good to hit that ball.
The way your team's going right now, you can take a breather here, is you guys are believing all the way to the last out, or last at-bat. Before the at-bat, what are the things you were counting on, hoping to get to that place?
I was just, it was good for, the guys in the beginning of the innings get on base and just give us a chance at the end, and, I hit that ball over the fence.
For these fans, to have you up here right now, the meaning for you to be able to deliver in that situation, what is it like?
Man, I love everybody. I love all the fans. Let's just keep it rolling.
Thanks, Michael. Let's go Angels Live, presented to you by your SoCal Mazda dealers, coming right up as the drama continues here with the Halos with a big victory here coming back home. Victor Rojas, Tim Salmon will break it all down for you.